All right. Session 4. We did 4 of these. This is the 4th one. We didn't just do 4. We also did 4 last weekend for the Gauntlet Con. We did the road shows with of course, Bleakwood trying to get new blood in. We've got some new blood. There were some changes, some things. Big rivalry was resolved. We had some returning characters, all of that kind of stuff. I've had quite a bit of coffee, and I've got my Worldwide Wrestling shirt on, so we are good on that. I am set here for this, which will be the finale, and now I'm just going to knock the camera over. That's a special effect. I paid big bucks for that, so there you go. Anyway, we're going to get started with a quick intro to do the 30-second pitch of some of our more established returning wrestlers. Then we're going to come to the newest person who's kind of moved up from the lower roster up to the ranks, get some stuff established there, and then we're going to get rolling here. So, Patrick, let's start with Spider Hero, our 30-second pitch.
All right, so Spider Hero came onto the roster as not very much of a wrestler and much more of an actor, as a sort of non-copyright infringing cash grab by Creative to cash in on the superhero fad. He's been pretty active, and he's been getting better at wrestling along the way. He picked up a little kid follower, Miles Morimoto, but unfortunately, in the last confrontation with his nemesis, Venomous, he seemed to have been infected by some of Venomous's evil, and who can say if it was that infection or just the constant destruction of his costumes, but something has driven him over the edge, and he's gone insane. Maybe he'll be brought back by the young Miles, who's taken up a costume himself, but we'll have to see.
Awesome. Sub Pig, let's hear yours. You're muted. Or you've stepped away. One of these two things has happened. So let's have Anon give us the 30-second pitch.
Okay, Anon is a masked vigilante. Descends from the crowds and is here to fight the actual disgraceful behavior of the Gauntlet League management and how they've been treating the wrestlers. He stands up for those wrestlers that have been needlessly injured in the line of duty and those who've been overlooked, and he's definitely a face. Honestly, he never does anything bad or wrong, or he's currently at odds with the management over backstage about how the management are going forward. So there's a little bit of that mixing of kayfabe and shoot. So we'll have to see how that resolves tonight.
Okay, looking forward to that since we got some interesting change-ups. Now, Sub Pig, now could you give us the 30-second pitch?
You all used to laugh at me. I was nothing but a joke to you until I started to hurt people. And now you cheer. Now you call me an icon. They say I'm a hardcore icon, which shows that I was right. And you're the animals that need to be stopped.
Thank you, Sub Pig. Next, let's hear from La Coneja.
La Coneja is finally back after a long time of hiatus. I am a clown from Playbook. I'm a face from Ingwith. And I'm from Guatemala City, which means also that my connection is not the best. Maybe even in-game, who knows. I'm a slave to the management, some people say, and the sad news is that I feel the same. I am the clown, I'm there to entertain the others and to make them look great, and I'm a little bit sick of that. Not only a little bit, actually, but a lot. And my theme is like that I sometimes appear like a torero, but often I have video game stuff in there because management forces me to do like Super Mario nonsense to entertain a certain crowd of geeks who are both into wrestling and video games and other games.
Excellent. Thank you very much, La Coneja. And finally, Kuyate Ting, if you could give us the quick pitch on your character.
All right, so Gauntlet League Wrestling recently got expanded into cable in the Philippines. So management has been forced to bring on Kuya Ting as, pandering to this new audience. They're not sure what to do with him yet because he wasn't written into their storyline for this season. But because of this new franchise deal, they need to include him in some matches.
Excellent. And he is an athlete, right?
Yeah, he's an athlete. Kuya Ting, in his previous life, has tried several times to make the Olympics for the Philippines. He's convinced that if he can build some popularity like Manny Pacquiao, he can launch his political career in the Philippines. So that is where he's launching here.
Perfect. So what I'm going to let you do is pick a couple of your heat questions, Kuya, to put out on the table for your fellow wrestlers, and you are a face. So you will have one starting heat. I don't think there's any heels that you haven't interacted with yet, though. If somebody turns heel, you'll get an extra heat with them.
All right. Is it all right to flip heeled for this match? Is there anything to?
You can certainly come into the main roster as a heel if you want.
Yeah. So he's coming in as part of the Davao Death Squad.
Okay. All right. So you will start as heel.
Yeah. So we'll just come in as a heel. They reworked his gimmick after the Gauntlet Road shows.
That makes sense, actually, and that is exactly what happens sometimes when they bring up people from the roster.
Yeah. So Kuya Ting's now the Davao Death Squad, and we're here to get rid of anyone that doesn't promote family friendly things by any means necessary. So we're promoting family friendliness by being family unfriendly.
Perfect. What 2 heat questions do you want to ask?
All right. Who doesn't know who I am?
And again, with heat questions, anybody can take that up, and that will give him 1 heat with you. Anybody want that?
I'll take that. Even out of kayfabe, Spider Hero has like a lot of things going on his plate and a complicated filming schedule for his web series, so just no time to look into it. And then there's the heel thing, and you're just like, fuck this guy.
Perfect. All right. So you will write down 1 heat with Spider Hero.
Okay.
And then your second heat question.
Let me pull this up. All right. Who have I approached about improving my ring work?
You were forced to ask me, even if you don't have to say much to each other.
Makes sense.
So we are here to discuss this. Great.
Awesome. So we'll put that in there, and we will come back to Spider Hero. Spider Hero, you may ask 1 heat question either from your sheet, one of those, or from the additional questions which are listed under the promo tags and troubles page.
Okay. Who wishes they were as cool as me?
I'll take that. I have yet to actually get to audience 4. Every time I get close, we reset. So you guys get to the top of the card. I can just never quite get there, no matter how hard I try. And it's really starting to just piss me off.
Nice.
Perfect. And then Sub Pig, do you have 1 more heat question you'd like to put out there, either from your sheet or from the additional ones?
Sure, I can ask a heat question. The heat questions are on which tab? The additional ones?
Roster summary has them at the bottom, or the promotion tags and troubles.
Promotion tags and troubles. There we go. which misguided individual on the roster sees my potential for stardom?
They're all scared to sub-pick there.
I'll take that one. Sorry, I was trying to unmute. Yeah, Kuya Titing, he doesn't understand sub-pig, but he totally is jealous of how popular sub-pig gets. So, well, whatever you're doing works.
Like it. Anon? You're muted.
Yeah, sorry about that. Multiple screens trying to get everything working at the same time. Okay, who do I train with outside of the ring?
Ooh.
I want to do that.
Sorry, you train with me outside the promotion. Okay.
Yeah. Like real stuff. Like
proper indie stuff, and maybe a little bit of moonlighting.
Yeah. Like stuff management doesn't want us to know that we do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, definitely.
It's easier for Anon because Anon can go sans mask, so that's cool. And then finally, La Coneja, would you ask one more heat question?
Yes, I want to know who refuses to work with me. Refusing to work with me for some reason.
I'll take that.
Okay.
Yeah, officially, right? You refuse to work with me.
We're mates outside of the ring, and I'm worried that if I'm booked with you, I'm just going to have to bury you, and I refuse to do that.
Yeah, our secret. That sounds good.
Awesome. All right. So we have that established. Now, normally we'd take our break later, but I'm going to need to take a break here for 5 minutes to rebook the show, absent our millennial Mark. So I need to go and get coffee and do that, and we will be back in just a few, and then we will get rolling. Yes, millennials kill everything.
It's all their fault. So guys, in December, I'm going to be running a game. I've got a worldwide wrestling game being set up for the Hangouts, if anyone's interested.
Nice.
What time do you think that would be? Like time and date are you thinking?
Sundays, unfortunately. It's the only day I can reliably be free.
Mm-hmm.
So Sunday evening, sure, but earlier in the day for you folk overseas.
No, in December.
I love how I'm the only British person here, yet you're all the people overseas. But it's very much going to be in line. It's going to be based around the equivalent of NXT for Gauntlet League. So it's going to be a developmental territory based out of an old warehouse in Gauntlet City.
Now, time could work for me because I'm presuming my beloved Jets are not going to be in the playoffs. So yeah.
I know I talked to you previously about it, Matt. I'd love you to come back and have the PbtA as the general manager if you're up for it.
Yeah. Now I'm glad Lowell tapes these games because I'm gonna have to find that voice again. I was trying to do it when I thought about playing in your game. I couldn't quite.
In addition, I've started a wiki for the Worldwide Wrestling games that run on the Hangouts.
Yeah, I need to get in there and update that.
I filled in what I know a lot about, but I've not done the template yet for individual wrestlers and the like.
And I'd totally be in for trying to get into a couple of those wrestling ones. And if the time works out, I know Tyler would be too.
Brilliant. I'm very much up for that. I'm looking to run 6 games with a break at Christmas.
Okay.
So we're in Gauntlet City this week, aren't we?
I was guessing.
Is this a PPV or is this a house show?
It's a big finale, so it's probably PPV.
Unless we're like TNA level, where the big shows are just still like, another episode of Impact or Global Force or whatever it's called today.
The wrestling promotion formerly known as TNA.
What? TNA is what?
Well, that's a very interesting question. There's two answers to that question. And one of the reasons that they have to change the name. Total non-stop action. Used to be one of the other big promotions in the US, but have dropped down a bit. Used to have I don't know if they still do, but they used to have a distinctive 6-sided ring rather than a 4-sided one.
Yeah, that was really stupid.
Yeah, it just eats up so much. Well, no, it is. It allows you to have easier multi-man matches, but what it does is it takes room away from the actual ring itself. So it gives you less room to actually perform moves. And the ring itself isn't as dirty because there's less flex in it. Sorry, it's more likely to injure people because there's less flex in it.
And as gamers, I think we could debate the benefit of squares versus hexes.
All right, let's start this bad boy. All right, everybody ready?
Yeah.
So here is the deal. We are back in Gauntlet City. This is the pay-per-view. This is the big event that Bleakwood has got set up. It's the Death Roster Doom pay-per-view, and it's full-on old-school wrestling. That's the new tagline that they're doing for this. They're very excited about this. Bleakwood is pushing on this. At least one, maybe two belts are going to be up for grabs tonight. We don't know. Some people didn't show. Some people have gotten cut. And we also know that right now, Wolf Backhouse is actually in the doghouse. And we've got to fill in the guy who played Cyborg Destroyer in season 1. His wrestler is actually here doing fill-in. They just call him CD, and he is the sort of on-air GM in close contact with Bleakwood. Subpig, are you with us?
I am.
Okay, so before we get much further, we have to have you make the over move.
All right. Did you drop the dice roller in the chat box?
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
My thing crashed, and I lost all the previous links.
Of course. All right. Okay. So you're going to be rolling over, and you roll, look, and you start with 2 momentum.
All right. Now reroll selected. So that is a 4.
Okay.
And so I start with I had 2 momentum going into that roll, or I got it from that roll.
So you get 2 momentum plus whatever your starting momentum was, which I believe your audience is at.
At audience 4, they don't list you getting momentum. You just get momentum from that over move.
Yeah. So you get 2 momentum. You could spend that on this if you want.
That's 6. That doesn't help anybody. So, I guess we're going to take that failure.
Okay. So choose whether the creative books you with your lowest heat opponent or debuts and books you with a new non-player wrestler, or whether the promotion gains a new trouble.
Oh, that's easy. The promotion gains a new trouble.
Okay.
That's what I'm here to do.
All right. I am going to put the new trouble on the thing, and I am going to call the new trouble Dissension in the Ranks. After that last time where after the time when Anand did the big players meeting, big wrestlers meeting, and then also there was the whole thing where Sub Pig got supposedly a portion of the company during a corporate ladder match on the road, and it's not clear whether Bleakwood's going to honor that or not in storyline, and there's all kinds of chaos going on. People didn't like Backhouse, but at least they respected him, and now he's out without any kind of consultation, so everybody's very nervous about what's going on. Does that seem fair?
Yeah, and it's sort of worrying because I forget exactly the number, but if we get too many more troubles, we just break apart.
It's actually, if it's over the tags, yeah. I think
so we're right at equal now.
Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to see the sort of the last week on packages. So you get to do your hype package or your vignette that they're showing. A packed audience here in Gauntlet City, and then we'll do some check-ins for some backstage stuff, and we'll go into that first match. Spider Hero, I'm going to save your package for last, if that's okay. Okay, so let's start. La Coneja, you're back after a bit. What do they show on the Gauntletron? What's the video they see of you?
Well, because I'm supposed to be a sidekick, and recently I had like some fallouts with management, which degraded me even further. So what they show is they're like the worst off, like how people making fun of me, and like how they can see how this cowgirl treated me in the ring, and while I was on this lash and going down on all for my knees and so on, and it looks funny. It actually looks funny, and they've done quite a good job. But I hate it, and I'm like 100% heat already with management. I feel like, and the audience can see that.
Perfect.
They see how much I hate it.
They are. The phrase is they're trying to bury you. They're trying to put you down. You know, they are trying to degrade your character. Anon, what is the video package we see for you?
Okay, the video is actually following a different wrestler, a former champion, someone who last season was at the top of the mountain, but recently has been doing nothing but demonstration matches. I can never say his name properly. It's not the Pugilist, it's the Percolator. Is that right?
The what?
Is it the Percolator? I can never say his name.
Oh, yeah, Stan the Percolator Steiger.
Yes. So it shows him in training. It shows him actually going through some rings with some nameless jobber, and basically it shows him pumping iron. And background is commentary from the match where he's fighting two jobbers on the Roadshow. And occasionally he stops, he turns around, and he sighs, grabs his towel, walks into his locker room, and the door closes behind him, and standing behind the door is this figure in a mask.
Awesome. Was it cut there, or do we go on?
It cuts there.
Perfect. Stan the Percolator Steiger was the champion who got knocked off his perch last time, and the management, like La Coneja, they have been burying Stan. All right, Kuyate Ting, what's our hype package or video? What do we see of you the last week on? What's that on the Gauntletron?
Oh, we see that. They're showing up Kuyate Ting's his only fight there in the Roadshow. Where he is fighting the Sub Pig, and it's showing him, the Sub Pig lifting him up and putting him through the thing again, right through the announcer's table. So they're seeing that, and then it just cuts to Kuya Piting. He's back in the Philippines. It's on the beach. It's there, and he's like, and you just see him doing a promo, and he's like, "Gauntlet City, and you deserve better from your wrestlers." And he comes over. There's a big lechon out there, which is the Filipino sort of national dish, which is just this full roasted pig.
Oh.
And he just takes a knife and he just breaks apart that crisp skin, cuts into it, and pulls a rib out. And he says, "And I'm here to deliver the goods to you, Gauntlet City."
All right.
The rib at the camera, and it cuts.
Perfect. That'll be a good one to call back during the episode. Following that, Sub Pig, what do we see from you here in the beginning?
All right, so this is clearly made by management, right? Like, this is not the Sub Pig getting his message over. This is them trying to make the best of the footage they have right now. So it's highlights. He had some sick spots over that Roadshow where the suplexing the ladder, his head was stuck in between, the suplexing 2 men at once into the table on the outside. Of course, the brutal injury he took from Kuya Ting that we're not going to dwell on the details with.
Teeth.
But, they keep showing that the close up of that, and and of course, because they're trying to sell, they're interposing on that with how that is the the posterized image that's on the T-shirt of "Don't be Sub Pig." So they keep flashing the shirt because that's a hot seller right now. And that's really all it is. They're just kind of putting over just the insane sick spots, and of course his theme music that you only ever hear in the packages because he never does a proper entrance is a mashup of the Zuckerman's famous pig song from Charlotte's Web that then fades into "I Like to Hurt People."
Perfect. And finally, Spider Hero, what is your Gauntletron setup hype package?
So similarly to last week, like the web series is still going strong and coming out with just an annoying amount of new episodes. So the AV department has had to like scramble to put together this montage that almost makes sense. But it starts with shots of him like on the road after that last show in the backstage wearing just his beautiful white and black mask from his new costume and like heart boxers and his wrestling shoes, standing there with his ruined costume screaming, and then he destroys an industrial dryer and walks off into the darkness. And then there's this like close-up shot of him in front of a mirror with lights around it, and he's like, you see him smearing paint on his body, and he's like doing his best Mommy Dearest impression of like, no more costumes. And then it cuts up, he turns around and like knocks the camera down just as you see his face, and it sort of cuts out. And then there's a shot of Robbie Reyes's blog that's just gone like dead, no updates in a long time, and just sort of time ticking by there until you hear like a voiceover from that kid Miles Morimoto, who's talking about like on his own vlog where he's worried about his hero, Spider Hero. No one's heard from him for a while, but Venomous has been back on the street, and he seems to have this shadowy new partner. And there's this shot of like Venomous up on top of a rooftop and a figure that's sort of blurry but might be that new Spider Hero. And then Miles is talking about like the bank heists that have gone down and the poor Gauntlet City Museum, which has been hit at yet another gala that they were holding. And finally the blogs get to the point where Miles is just like, I can't take this anymore. Someone has to do something. Someone has to stand up for this city. And so you see some video package of him like at a sewing machine with like a sweatshirt and like magic markers making a costume. And then when he holds it up from the sewing machine, it's this like professionally done beautiful costume that he puts on. And the last shot is him like up on a rooftop looking over the city like, I will protect this city. I will bring back the hero that it needs.
That sounds awesome. So we've got that set up. We're going to cut into the stadium here. Got the Gauntlet. They got the sellout tickets. That do some shots on that. There's probably some development matches that go on to kind of get things going. They might even put a Dark Wallaby out on the table just to have some of the more effective bits there. But Kuya, let's go backstage. What's a backstage segment we might see with Kuya, off camera or on camera? What do you think?
All right, let's say off camera.
Okay.
Off camera, he's actually going to go up. You see him. He's trying to find Sub Pig backstage.
Okay. Sub Pig, where does Kuya off camera find you?
Off camera, okay, he'd be sitting in the locker room, probably have an iPad out where he's watching something like old episodes of like Big Japan Professional Wrestling, just this super violent like deathmatch stuff. He's like, "Hey, what's up, man?"
Hey, yeah, we did good last week, but yeah, that was a little crazy. I mean, I kind of got hurt.
Yeah, that's what we do. We get hurt. Look at this, huh? Look at this.
No.
I'm making $1 million off of this.
Yeah, but I mean, look at this right here. This is the face that's going to lead a country. I can't have anything happening to this.
Well, then you're not serious about being here.
No. This is a means to the end. Do you understand this? No one finishes here at Gauntlet League Wrestling. This is just a stepping stone to something bigger, Sub Big, and you need to figure out what your bigger is.
Oh, I know where I'm going, pal, but I gotta say, I don't respect that attitude that this is just a stepping stone. This is the end game for me. I've never been this over. This is the dream. And if this isn't your dream, you shouldn't be here in this locker room.
You know what? I'm glad you got out of the trailer park, Sub Pig. Have a good match.
Awesome. And I want to cut from there to La Coneja. You will see, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do an off-camera bit with you.
Yes.
You're kind of backstage, and you will see the guy who plays, and this is again off-camera, the guy who plays Wallaby. You weren't, who's the sort of the not exactly a midget wrestler, but definitely a shorter wrestler who used to be the kind of costume sidekick to Dingo, and he comes in. They've darkened his costume, and he's just gotten absolutely trashed out in the ring. And he pulls off his mask, and he's exhausted. And he looks at you and kind of sits down, and he's like, "Oh man, I don't know how much more I can take of this clown stuff. I mean, they made me a heel, and now they're just throwing me all over the ring."
Whom are you talking with, right? It's I know exactly what you mean. So, what do you do now for relief? What are you?
I don't know. I don't know where I'd go from here. I mean, it's not like I got many other opportunities. I could go down to AAA down in Mexico, but I don't even speak Spanish.
You don't need to speak Spanish. You just need to scream as loud as you can, louder than here even. Yeah? They like it. Yes, yeah.
You've at least got a shot to move up, right?
Just to make me fall down longer. That's what it is all about. Just, I go out there and then I smile again and I laugh and I cheer and entertain. But for whom? Nobody's cheering for me.
They're writing your checks, right?
Yes. But I think this time it's PbtA. I have something in my pocket.
For an
which
object?
Will push them to their limits. No worries. Nobody will get hurt. Not seriously, at least.
All right, man. You be careful. All right.
You too.
He'll give you the high five before he heads out. He is clearly limping. He has clearly been through the ringer here.
Yeah. Don't drink this. He has a can of Red Bull in his hand, and I push it out of his hand, and I say, "Don't drink Red Bull." The owner of Red Bull is a Donald Trump supporter.
Oh, shit! I didn't know that, man. All right.
Yeah. Stop drinking this bullshit.
Okay. So let's cut to since we've had a little bit of setup, gotten a little time to breathe. Anon, let's cut to you. Do you want this on camera, off camera? You have some definite ideas. Thank you, Matt. Don't even joke. What do you think, Anon? What would you like to do here?
Okay, this is a backstage segment.
Okay.
And it's in a dark locker room. The lighting is kept low, so it's not easy to see everyone who's here. And it's mainly just voices. So this is getting ridiculous. This is getting absolutely ridiculous. Have you seen what they've got Subpig as the top of the card now? I mean, that guy just injures people left, right, and centre. He's more likely to send us to the hospital than he is to actually let us catch the bus home. What are we? How you doing?
I'm gonna go lay down after this, so talk quick.
Okay. We need to do something about this. We need to do something about this. Creative can only control us so much. Once we're out there, they have no control. Once we're out in front of the cameras, in front of the fans, they have no control over us.
Dude, that's how you get fired.
Can you afford to pay the hospital bills? We don't get medical. We don't even get bloody medical.
It's America.
They don't look after us like they should. Not like in the old days. Backhouse, for all his problems, he looked after his talent. When his talent got injured, he genuinely was aghast by it. He didn't look forward to it.
Yeah, I remember he's the one who pushed Harbinger out.
And Harbinger's back. Not only he's back, he's on the main card again. He's not working dark matches. He's not back in developmental. They're not teaching him how to be a better wrestler. He's back front of the stage, hurting people again. Watch it tonight. If he's in Spider Heroes match, someone's going to get hurt. I guarantee it.
No. There's some sort of mumbling affirmation of what you're saying there.
So I say we throw a curveball. If we get the fans behind us, if we get them on our side, then fuck management, fuck creative. We're the ones with the power here.
Dun, dun, dun. Is that a good place to cut?
Yeah, very good place to cut.
Okay.
And
So-
I'm sorry, I missed that, but was that one on or off camera?
That one was off camera.
Okay, cool.
Subpig. This is going to be on camera. You're back in the boiler room that they've spiffed up. They've made it more sort of Freddy Krueger-ish. They've done some decorations. They've come in and done some spray paint and some other things. And there will be that set of footsteps and kind of a shadowy form. And we will hear the voice of Bleakwood. Subpig. Good. Seems like you're primed. Remember what we talked about?
No. But when you get hit in the head with chairs as much as I do, you don't always remember so good, Mr.
Bleakwood.
Backhouse?
No, Bleakwood. Backhouse is gone. Listen, Subpig. You might be muted, but it says you told me that you would break Anon.
Oh, I'll break Anon.
And he'll put down a briefcase and he'll click the latches and he'll open it up and you see the belt, the big MC belt. Because this is what you want, right?
And he picks it up and he starts almost lasciviously like rubbing it on his face. Yeah, this is all I want. This is all I've ever wanted. This will get me up there. Then I'll be like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Then I'll be like The Rock. Then I'll be like Magnum TA. I always wanted to be Magnum TA.
Excellent, excellent. And he takes the belt gently away from you, says, but shuts the case. But of course, you can't have that until after Anon is dealt with.
Oh, Anon.
And of course, yeah, once you've done that and you've gotten the belt, of course, we're going to change this whole sub pig gimmick. That has to go. We've got a whole thing worked out for like a wild boar character, sort of like a rhino takeoff from Spider-Man. We'll put you against Spider Hero, set up a whole thing for that. But yeah, we'll get rid of this. You never have to worry about the pig thing again then.
I don't know what a gimmick is, Mr. Bleakwood, but I'm beginning to suspect that you don't think this is real, as he's kind of advancing on him.
We'll see you in the ring. He'll back off. And let's cut to one more thing, the Spider Hero backstage before we do the first match, because it's going to be important. Spider Hero, what's our backstage segment for you here?
So I think it's a video package, and it's set like outside at night in the streets of Gauntlet City, and there's like the camera is coming down an alleyway as you hear like sounds of a fight and like fist slapping, and it comes out and there's a street light there on the corner, and just like hanging from the street light, wrapped up in a bunch of webs, is one of the Anons. Just like struggling against the webs there. And of course, as one of the Anons is in trouble, all of the lights in the area go out. Just improbably on the street. And when the lights come up, there's this like ring of Anons circling in to come and help him, but already hanging from the top of the lamppost there is Spider Kid in his spider outfit. And I think they like react, they sort of threaten him. He's like, whoa, hold on. No, I'm not him. I'm here to help. Listen, I've been a fan of Spider Heroes. I've been a fan of yours for a long time, and things have gone wrong. Something's happened to him. I've been trying to track it down, but I think it's that Bleakwood guy. I think he did something to his mind. He sent Venomous after him and infected him with something that's changed him. And I've tried to talk to him. I've tried to get to him, and I'm just not a match for him yet. And I need your help. I need someone's help to get through to him. Can you help me? Can you help me save Spider Hero? And so I guess it'll sort of cut there with the question hanging in the air to Anon there.
Perfect. The first match of tonight is a one-on-one match. It is Anon versus Sub Pig to start things out. Patrick, can I get you to do commentary?
Sure.
Okay. So Anon, let's cut to your hype package, your promo. What do we see before you go into the ring?
Okay, the arena goes dark. The Gauntletron starts flashing up. Lights flash all over the place. It's almost as if the power grid is having a brownout and something's happening. And then suddenly the Anon logo comes up on the screen, and out of the speakers comes Mr. Subpig. Mr. Subpig. You are a victim. We have said this several times. You are not what you are through choice. You are not what you are through your own actions, but you are what you are. Someone has asked you to do something dangerous, something perilous, something evil, and you have agreed. You have made this choice. They should be careful who they ask to do these things. A man can choose. An animal acts on instinct. We will find out tonight. Are you a man, or are you nothing more than an animal?
Nice. All right, let's see you cut your promo here. Go ahead and roll look.
Okay, I get 9.
Okay.
Including my 1 luck. I will spend a momentum on that to push that up to 10. At this point, my new move is fan base. So the fans start cheering, "Expect us! Expect us!" as the lights come up, and Non is standing in the middle of the ring. So in addition, we're in the middle of the ring and already carrying a shinai, a kendo cane.
Okay.
Because I know what sort of match this is going to be, so I may as well have that there ahead of time.
Fair enough.
And for the 10, I will gain 1 momentum, and I will add a stipulation to the match.
Okay.
And hanging above the Anon points up to the ceiling, and above the ceiling you can see a cage hanging. And the cage starts lowering down, and the voice comes over the speakers. "Come, Mr. Subpig, we are ready."
Okay.
So I'm making this a hardcore match, but I'm also making this a cage match.
Hardcore cage match. All right. As that comes down, starts lowering. So you've got the stipulation, you got your momentum. You start in the ring. Subpig. Do we see any package from you, or how do you get in there?
We've got a live remote from the boiler room where Subpig has been watching this, and he's kind of like in the video, just like sitting there and rocking. You just heard Anon offer you some psychological insights into the inner workings of the Subpig. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. He can read me like a book. You know why? Because Anon is my friend. And they're going to say the things that I'll do to one of my friends. So all you fans out there chanting, "Don't be Subpig," while you idolize the Subpig, all you fans out there chanting, "Hardcore icon." You don't want to be my fans, because if I'll do this to one of my friends, what do you think I'll do to my fans? I'm going to make you all understand that this is for your own good. So that would be cutting a promo, I think.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and roll your look.
Oh, I'm rolling like shit today.
Okay.
So what is that? What is a failure on that roll?
Okay.
Offer.
So what happens is you go to do that, and as you start to do it, management actually goes to like more of a highlight reel. They're really afraid that you're going to do like something crazy on camera. Like like you're going to go nuts, and so they actually rerun the video package that they had at the start of the thing. You start in, and then they put that over, and you're actually going to lose one audience.
All right.
You're kind of annoyed by that result, and they're grumbly. So how do you enter the ring? Anon's already in the ring.
And then, now I'm running through the crowd, and it says, I don't really probably know at this point they did that to me. Since I was like, spent my whole promo was like on the crowd. I'm pissed that they're not like kind of backing away from me like they should. And in fact, he's annoyed that they're kind of doing a lot of like that back slapping, kind of putting out their hands kind of thing as he's coming through the crowd, because he's over now. So by the time he gets to the front, he's actually picking up chairs and throwing them at fans.
Can I spend a momentum to interrupt at this point?
Yeah, absolutely.
So the Anon in the ring will pick up a mic as the cage is slowly lowering down. They are not chanting hardcore legend. They are not chanting "Don't be sub pig." What they are chanting is, and I'll put the actual microphone out, and I'm working the audience at this point.
Go ahead and roll your audience.
Okay, I've got a 7. My audience is 3. That puts me on 10.
2 momentum.
Okay.
And what are they chanting? Repeat it again.
Expect us.
Yeah, they are going nuts, Sub Pig. They're not chanting your chant at all.
Good. You're not supposed to like me. I'm not cool.
Oh, folks, even before this match has started, that is a flash fry burn on that spoiled bacon.
Oh, God. So, Sub Pig, I assume you get up to the ring. You guys are both at 3 audience. How much momentum do you have, Anon?
4 at the moment.
And how much do you have, Sub Pig?
I've got 2.
Okay, so then when you get up to the ring, Anon, you've got first bite at the apple. You have control of the match as Sub Pig comes in and the cage comes down with some finale. They pipe in the sound of it because it doesn't come down that hard.
Okay. Sub Pig comes into the ring. Is he holding anything in his hands? Does he have his trolley or?
No, it's like because usually his move is to pull a bunch of plunder out from under the ring at some point. That's kind of almost become one of his spots. So he's empty-handed at the moment.
Okay. So I will actually I'll cold clock him with the microphone still in my hand, so we get the feedback go around the stadium, and literally I just bang, 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 and drop him to the floor and kneeling over him. And this is work more than anything else, unfortunately. This isn't a small microphone isn't sufficient for hardcore violence.
Yeah. Okay. Roll work.
Oh, folks, I apologize. This feedback is just unkind. That is totally unnecessary. Oh, Jesus.
That's an 11.
All right. So you hit that. You keep control of the match. Do you want momentum or do you want another heat with Sub Pig?
I will take momentum.
Okay. So he's still got the edge. He's still got control of the match. You've knocked Sub Pig down. You're beating him with this microphone. What's next?
I'm gonna let him counter and pass control to Sub Pig.
Okay, Sub Pig. What happens?
All right, so he's beating me with the microphone, and a hand comes up and just grabs that microphone. Another grabs his throat and kind of flips him off of me. Now I've reversed the situation. Because I'm a lot bigger and heavier than him. Like, he should not be able to pin me down for very long. And I've got him pinned to the mat. And now I just come in for those bites on the forehead that have become one of my patented moves. So I'm pulling his mask down to get at his forehead. And I'm holding the mic to his mouth so people can hear his screams as I bite at him.
So this sounds like work because you're unless you're okay.
I don't think a bite can really be that violent. Like,
right.
A bite is always kind of theatrical, right?
Oh, folks, this is why you do not want to be caught on a desert island with Sub Pig. He will go Lord of the Flies all over your ass. Anything to keep his head off the pike.
That's quite a literary reference there. I'm not sure the crowd's going to get that.
Oh, they all went to high school.
For basic work, I don't think it's worth spending all my momentum. So I failed that. It's not Sub Pig tonight.
So Sub Pig, you go to do that, and what goes wrong?
I think it's just like the mask isn't cooperating. It doesn't come down as much as I need to. The whole thing just doesn't look good. The bite looks phony.
The crowd is already kind of on an on side, and they seem to be kind of this is kind of goofy. I mean, they like Anon. So you're going to lose a heat with Anon.
All right.
It's just they're not into that side of things. And Anon, you get control back after Sub Pig does this weak ass maneuver.
Okay. I push him off slightly. His arm, I'm grabbing hold of his arms. and my legs are coming up and locking either side of his head, and I go into the Hell's Gate choke submission, made famous by The Undertaker.
So that seems pretty technical, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay. Roll work.
I rolled a 5. I will spend 2 momentum on that to up that to a 7.
Okay, so not great, but you do land it. Do you want to keep control, or do you want more momentum?
I will keep control.
Okay.
And I basically, Subpig claws his way. We're right next to the ropes, I'm assuming, at this point. So Subpig reaches out for the ropes, holding onto the ropes, and I'm just going to keep the move locked in. I'm just going to lock it in hard, and I'm not even going. The ref's going, 1, 2, 3, and then suddenly dawns on him, this is a hardcore match, so there's no DQ.
Yeah, he'll stop. So do you think this is power? You kind of trying to use your strength against him here?
I'm using. Yeah, let's go for that.
Okay.
I was going to say this is more playing to my character with cheating to win and doing things, but no, power's good. Okay, that's a 11 down to 9. I'll spend in momentum to bring that up to 10.
Okay. Momentum or heat?
I will have momentum.
Okay. You're still in control of the match. Subpig, you're kind of getting tossed around here.
This is impressive, folks. There's no way that someone as small as Anand should be able to choke out the Subpig, but it looks like it might happen here today.
And one of the things that brought Subpig to the top of the card is he's selling like a boss. Like, he's clutching the extremities that are hurt by that submission hold. He's doing all the squealing and rolling around and slapping the mat.
Awesome.
Okay. At this point, I will go over to the. I will drag him. Basically, release him. He's partially passed out. I drag him to the middle of the ring. I climb up to the top rope. And what's Subpig's finisher?
His finisher is Pig's Fly, which is just a top rope senton. And for those that don't know wrestling, a top rope senton is nothing more than jumping off the top rope, not doing any flips or anything, just landing ass first on your prone opponent.
Okay, I thought the senton bomb involved a flip.
No, that's a senton bomb. This is just a senton just.
Okay. So while I'm up there, I'm basically going to be pandering to the audience. So I'm going to be working the audience again. Control will flip to Subpig no matter what I roll.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 7 up to 10 because of my audience.
Okay.
So I'll take the 3 momentum.
Oh, no, he wouldn't. That's the Subpig's move. He is going to anger this tight. Oh, he is!
Subpig, he takes too long up there on the ropes.
All right, so like anybody that goes to the top rope and takes too long, I'm going to run up, grab him like for the top rope suplex, right? But I'm going to turn around as much as I can as I'm doing it to make both of us go to the outside of the ring from the suplex.
Oof.
And
so
I think
that is.
Can I spend a point of momentum to interrupt at this point?
Yes, you can when you see that coming.
No, he's taking me up. He's suplexing me over, but literally I am landing down. I'm going to land down so I'm the other side of him and do a neck breaker onto the actual apron.
Ooh, okay. So are you doing hardcore violence then on Subpig?
I'm doing it as WWE says over and over and over. It's the hardest part of the ring. So yes, I'm basically technically it's a work move, but I'd like this to be a spot and actually have it as heat, if that's okay.
Okay, so you're not trying to actually do damage here.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to make it look good.
All right, roll heat then.
That's a 4 up to 7. So Sorry, 8. So I will take the momentum and pass control to Sub Pig.
Boom! That happened, Sub Pig.
Outstanding. So I basically took a cutter like onto the apron out of the suplex.
Yes.
That's like kind of like a back of the head bump, the way I'm visualizing it, right? Onto the apron.
Yeah,
so
that's right, yes.
He falls out of that. But when he tumbles off the apron, he lands on his feet. And control is passed, right?
Yep, you've got control.
So you are going to take a power bomb onto the apron.
Okay.
And he just kind of rolls right through, and you're kind of hunched still from you landing on your feet off that move, and you just get caught around the waist, and boom.
Pop a power bomb, yeah, good.
That sounds like power.
Yep. Come on, roller. All right.
That's better.
That will work at the 7, but it'll work. And
I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna push Sub Pig over here.
Okay.
As I say, Anon thought he could get the upper hand here. He thought he could tenderize this pork, but Sub Pig just lives off the pain. The blood only makes him stronger. And oh, look at that hit!
Sub Pig. So, do you want momentum or heat?
I will take momentum. I need some momentum. Yeah.
Still have control.
Okay. So then, now it's time for the hardcore violence. He just got power bombed onto the apron. He's all messed up.
I'm splayed out. I'm literally just splayed out on the edge of the apron, arm and leg dangling off.
So I pick him up and just ragdoll him onto the announcer's table at ringside. So now he's laying there. And the Sub Pig goes to the top rope to hit the pig's fly to the outside through the table.
And I will spend a point of momentum to move.
Wait, I'm sorry. Actually, wait. I have to stop myself. I think I might have broken the fiction. It's a cage match, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So are the tables and whatnot, are the announcers all inside the cage? That doesn't seem right.
No. Pull a table out from under the stage.
You've got that space between. It's one of those cage matches where you got plenty of space between the ring. So
what we would do is we would have, instead of ragdolling him onto a table, we would have taken the time when he's just laid out to pull a table out and set it up on the outside and go to the top rope.
Up on the top rope.
And this
is
think
taking a while, folks, but Anon seems really to be out, and Sub Pig believes that this is going to pay off. No, just one more leg. Okay, he's almost there.
I think this would be hardcore violence.
Okay, now are you interrupting?
I was interrupted to move out of the way.
Okay,
and let him go through the table himself.
All right, so Sub Pig, you come down and shatter that table, and Anon has control.
Oh, and he just got it set up, folks.
and Sub Pig now, he's like spasming all over the place. He's like, the squeals are horrendous. He's like, I mean, he's selling like a boss, but he's also really that hurt.
So yeah, I'll come up behind him. Had basically fingers under the nose, lift back, and doing the old wretch with the knee in the back, and I'm laying into him brutally. I'm trying to actually hardway him. I'm trying to get a bit of a red out.
Okay, so you're going to try
I'm working stiff.
Working stiff.
And that would be a 6. Let me just check my sheets. Working stiff is not on this page. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to.
Sure.
I have a card with all the stuff on. So
okay.
Work real stiff. It's on the other side. So 6. I will spend. I will injure my opponent.
Whoa, Sub Pig, you are injured.
I love it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
On a 6, don't you get injured?
He bumped it up with momentum.
Oh, sorry.
Here's the thing.
No, oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, but I do apologize. Yeah.
Here's the
Looking at
thing.
the wrong chart. It's been a long day.
Subpig, you are booked to win.
All right. Well, first of all, because this is what I do, since I got injured, I get to roll. Are you not entertained?
Okay.
So where's my roller? God damn it! So that's a 6. I will use a momentum to push that up to a 7, and that then allows me to gain +2 momentum.
Okay.
And your injury also gets you a heat with an on.
That's right. So we're back up to 4 then.
Okay.
Yep.
So Subpig, you're booked to win. He's injured you.
Could you describe the injury in a little bit more graphic detail, please, Anon?
I've wrenched your head back and I'm just pounding your head. All I've done is basically I've given you a mild concussion and I've opened you up and I think we actually were hiding you blading while you were down. So while I was
Oh, good. So I'm bleeding all over the place now.
Yeah.
Great.
So do you have red equals green by any chance?
I do not have that one.
Okay.
I don't believe so, right? I have. Nah.
Not
I took all shit just about getting hurt and hurting people. Nothing about the theatrics.
How many injuries do you have at the moment?
I've just got one because when I went to the icon roll instead of heal, that clears all your injuries. In the last game, and the mechanics were fun, I had 2 injuries. I only had 1 left. So I had to play like out of character. My character is telling people, I really got hurt in the last match. Don't hurt me. Well, now I'm at 100% again. So I just got 1.
What happens?
What happens is I will spend a point of momentum, putting me down to 5, and use my heal move to cheat to win.
Oh my gosh. So that's going to cost you 2 momentum, but you have to describe to me what that cheat looks like.
We're outside the ring. We're next to the railings. Someone jumps the rails in an anon mask, hands something through. While I'm beating him, I reach out for it and I hold up a stun gun. And literally taser to the side of the neck.
Okay. So the result on that, when we look at the heal move there, which is under basic moves, he spent 2 momentum. And what result? You want to win the match?
I want to win the match.
Okay. So Subpig, how are you selling that?
I mean, if he's zapping me with a taser, I'm going crazy. Like, probably like almost too much. Like shaking and jumping to his feet, and then just basically doing a backflip and landing on his back and flopping around on the floor.
Oh, folks, I can't see what's happening. You'd think these professional wrestlers would respect the fact that on the floor there, only about a quarter of the audience can see them, but it sounds violent. And is that burning bacon I smell?
And the ref will run over and check Subpig, check that Subpig is out, and because it's a hardcore cage match, he will look to Anon and give Anon the victory. Yes?
No, I will throw him into the middle of the ring and I will walk over. I will put 1 foot on him and I will put my hands up and let them count out.
Excellent.
And then can we do some mic work before the match is over?
Sure, absolutely. Any mic work or run-ins or anything people want to do?
Okay, so they haven't lifted the cage yet. So I will grab the slightly broken radio mic that we had earlier. Mr. Subpig. Mr. Subpig. Mr. Subpig. Can you hear me? Can you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I came to you initially as an enemy, but then I saw the pain that you were in. I saw how you reacted. You struck out against the world that had hurt you, much as I had, much as we had. But whereas we chose our targets carefully, whereas we only hurt those who had hurt us and hurt others, you less so. I asked at the start of the show, are you a man or are you an animal? Are you a man or are you an animal? And you are an animal. You are an animal. And do you know what do they do with wild animals? They put them down. And I'm basically going to pick up the shinai that I had earlier. I'm just going to start beating him.
All right. Is it okay if the refs, come in to interrupt and break that up as the lights go down?
Yeah, by all means.
Okay.
Before the lights go down there, I want to Spider Hero. He's on the other side of the ring, and he grabs a mic and says, "Mr. Anon, oh Mr. Anon, can you hear me?" And as the cameras sort of flip over, like he's standing next to that Anon that came out of the crowd and helped out Anon, and he's like wrapped up in webbing. And he's got him by the back of the neck, and he says, you come in here with your morals and your judgments, and you want to ruin everybody's fun. We're having a good time. We're making more money than I've ever made in my life. And you want to ruin that? Well, you just watch. There are lots of you, but there aren't an infinite number. We'll take you out one by one, and then we'll see where your revolution goes. And he hits a thing, and wire works straight up into the rafters as the spotlight follows him, and he disappears with that Anon kidnapped.
Ooh.
There's one problem
I
there.
like that.
There's one problem there, Mr. Spider Hero.
Mr. Spider Hero.
We are Legion. We are Anon. Tonight you may see that. And as he's being forced out by security, he will drop the mic and basically jump the barrier into the crowds and walk away.
Perfect. Patrick, I think we're going to have you cut a promo.
Okay.
On Anon. And then I want to cut to La Coneja.
Oof. That is a 5. Promo is look.
Yep.
So that's a 7.
Okay. So you can add a heat with Anon. Gain a momentum. Add a stipulation.
I want to gain a heat with Anon.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Let me cut backstage to La Coneja.
There we are.
And you will see the new face of management, CD, is what they're calling him, because he used to be Cyborg Destroyer, but he's not in that outfit anymore. But Wolf Backhouse is gone. And he'll come over to you and he says, La Coneja?
Yes.
We need to do. We had some people not show up, so we've got a tag team thing coming up. And do you have a partner? Do you have somebody you want to work with?
I don't know if anybody wants to work with me, because whatever I am pushed in It's not the most attractive stuff, right? Huh?
Yeah, but that's your job, right?
That's my job, yes. As it is your job to tell me like all the news management has for me. Yeah, cool. And I'm disgusted in his face because I can see that he doesn't have any teeth left. Oh. It's from his old days, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
dentures.
Yeah, that's why his cyborg outfit has this extra gnawing teeth, like this trapdoor.
Okay.
Like from He-Man, like this kind of face. Yeah.
He says, "Is there anybody that you could work with?"
Well, I used to be a tag team with Spider Hero, but there's this new person from the Philippines, and I no.
Those are the two we're putting you against.
As always. Well, but please, not the cowgirl. All right.
Well, Rattler Queen's here, and she's ready. You know, if you don't want her, what do you want? You want Wallaby?
If it has to be, it has to be.
Look, it's going to be solid here. You know, those kinds of mismatches are always good for heat.
Sure.
And we'll cut from you. I'm going to come back to you in a minute, La Coneja, if that's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
To essentially Kute Ting, they will come to you, and they will say, the tag team belt is vacated. Bleakwood wants to give you a shot. He's going to put you with Spider Hero because, you know Spider Hero. Have you worked with him? Do you know him?
No, not yet. I read the comic though. It's pretty good.
Yeah, he's come over to your side, to the darkness.
All right.
So I think that this is going to be a good match of forces of light versus dark. We've got La Coneja and Rattler Queen out there. So that's going to be good, okay?
Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about you, Spider Hero? How do you think you find out about this tag team?
I think, yeah, there's like a scene of like whispers in the shadows, and Spider Hero, you can just see him standing there because he's got like that white paint on, so he's a little more visible, and he's just nodding, yes, she should be the next one to go out. We'll take her out. It won't be a problem. And he wanders away, and there's sort of like a growl and sort of outline from the huge bulk of Venomous there in the shadows.
Secretly behind you. All right.
But yes, he'll come out, and as he's going through his sort of practice area there, he's sort of picked up something from his Roadshow there, and he's got all these like mannequins of these different wrestlers dressed up in their costumes, and he just picks up a chair that's sitting there on the side on the way by and just beats the crap out of the La Coneja mannequin, and like ends by ripping off her like Toreador's cape and sort of throwing it around his own shoulders.
Oh, nice touch there. Is that cutting a promo on La Coneja then?
Yeah. Let's see how that goes. 6 plus 2 is 8, though.
Okay, so you can get a stipulation, momentum, or heat.
And so I think as that scene sort of cuts out, he's got that cape on, and he's walking out of the room, and he just picks up and grabs that little dummy of the Wallaby that he'd practiced on before, and camera cuts, and it's the like big glass door into Bleakwood's office, and he just chucks the Wallaby mannequin through the glass door into Bleakwood's office. And I want to add a stipulation that it's not Rattler Queen, it's Laconea and Wallaby, because I have some vengeance to take out there as well.
Okay. So by the time we get backstage, things have flipped around Laconea, and you will see Wallaby's there, and he's got the lighter Wallaby, the not dark Wallaby suit, and
Yeah.
he says, Laconea, you know, I know that we're looked down on. I know that
Yes.
we're ignored, but there's some badness going on out there. I think you and I think we have to put a stop to it.
All right, but I can see in your face you're not ready for another fight yet. You were so done out.
No.
Please stay out as much as you can. I will finish them alone. All right? Just
but I'll help.
please.
I'll help. No, I can make it. And he'll kind of rise up to assist there, and we'll kind of cut. Do you let me come back to you in just a second. PbtA team, do you want to cut a promo before we go into this match?
Yeah. You know, PbtA team is just going to he's going to come out you know, before the match. So we're just going to do a promo right there. He's going to walk out before we're all announced.
Okay.
It says, Gauntlet City! You may have heard we got a tag team match for you tonight. Tonight, you are going to see me single-handedly destroy 2 wrestlers. So, without farther ado,
Okay.
I would like to announce my sidekick for this main event, Spider Friend. Spider here.
Spider Friend.
Spider Friend. He gets the name completely wrong.
All right.
It obviously translates different in where he's from.
Yeah. Do you want to do work the audience?
Yeah, let's do
Okay. So go ahead and roll with your audience.
Does he still have the audience he gained from the Roadshow, or does that expire?
I put that on your sheet, so you should be at whatever audience I
Okay.
translated that over.
So I got a 10.
Nice. So they are laughing at that. They're cracking up at you mispronouncing Spider Hero and that you're calling him your sidekick, and you're going to get 2 momentum on that. Let's cut back to Laconea. The camera will get to you backstage. Do you want to cut a promo? Do you want to talk to the camera here?
Yeah, like, I mean, this was more or less all planned, right? And
Yeah.
so
it's all
we
planned.
have a perfect promo in place, which is like we are back on playground and we address as children because, you know, as clowns, like they can do whatever they want with us. So and being not full citizens but just children. So we are on the playground and we are on the whip, and every time like the whip goes down from one of us, there's a big spider, like a rubber spider under us. So we dump on it like boing, 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 and the itsy bitsy spider goes on in the background. And the next one is we are in the sandbox, and at the sandbox we are digging there and cheering like children, very naively and happily and innocent. But then we dig out the feet of Kuya, and we bury it again. You're buried. Woo! Let's see if the audience likes that.
Nice. Go ahead and roll with your look.
My look is 2.
Is that actually breaking kayfabe? The whole buried angle?
Not yet.
No, I don't think that's pushing it that hard. It's an in-joke more than...
That's 7 + 2 = 9.
9. So you can get a stipulation, a momentum, or you can gain a heat with your opponents.
I need another momentum.
Okay, so take that momentum. So let's cut back outside. Matt, Garwin, do you guys mind doing? Garwin, I don't know if you want to do a run-in, so I don't know if you want to announce on this one.
I'll not announce on this one. I think Matt can do.
Okay, Matt, are you good with announcing?
I am good with announcing as we come to you live from Gauntlet City, where the grass is green and the girls are, well, we'd rather just not speak about it.
And there's the cheap heat that Billy Fashions takes for the evening. All right. And Spider Hero, now Kuya's out there. What does your entrance look like?
So I think it's, again, sort of based around that just slightly a couple notes off Spider-Man theme, but it's all like heavy metal and electric guitars and like big drum solo riffs through it. And in the sort of like flashing lights and strobe lights, Spider Hero, he comes out from one of the wings. He's in his makeup, but he's got these like sunglasses on, and he's sort of just nodding at the audience and like, oh yeah, look at all of this now. And he pulls out from behind the bleachers several large bags that have like the giant money symbol on them, and they also say Gauntlet City First National Bank or whatever. And he just starts taking money from it, like throwing it out to the audience. Is like, here. I have so much I don't even need it. It's yours anyways. And I don't know if that's working. The audience are like cheap heat coming in.
You pick. Which one do you want? If you want cheap heat, I'll give you the free momentum since you're mocking Gauntlet City.
I am throwing money at them, so.
Well, work the audience. It's fine. Yeah. Go ahead and roll it.
All right. That's an 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay, so you get 2 momentum.
Nice.
All right, let's cut to you two are out there. La Coneja, tell me what your entrance looks like. What does it look like? What's the music playing? How does it look?
Oh well, yeah, we are going in like as clownesque as we can or have to go. So this time we're really dressed as clowns and everything. So we have balloons with us, and like the children promo is still carrying over. And so we are going in there as children, and well, they are not even able to beat us as children. Our children ourselves. We time traveled back, and here we are. It's time for Spider to go to sleep. And who's Kuya Congo whatever anyway, huh?
Awesome. And
there we go in.
Okay.
But we're not tall enough to go into the ring. So I'm even on my knees to make me look even smaller. And so we brought a ladder to climb into the ring.
Awesome. What's the music that's playing while that's happening?
It's a Bitsy Spider is playing again.
Perfect. So are you starting as the legal wrestler, La Coneja?
I wanted to, but management decided that Wallaby shall go in first. Okay. And I hate them for that.
Yeah, oh yeah. They make Wallaby go in. They want him to get tossed around for a while. Spider Hero, Kuya, A, who goes into the ring, and B, is that an amicable decision?
I think Kuya, since like he came in first and he's just assuming things, he's in the ring, very large and hard to move, and just doesn't even realize that Spider Hero is trying to be like, hey, I want to get in there. So I think Spider Hero is pissed off at Kuya for being in there with Wallaby.
Yeah, I think Kuya just jumped in the ring without
Perfect. So Wallaby's there. He's a little costumed guy. He's got a little kind of furry suit on. And he starts moving in, and you have control of the match, Kuya, to start.
All right. So Wallaby's really small, right?
Yeah.
real small. So his token move is he comes in and he'll duck through people's legs and things. So he comes at Kuya to try to go through his legs to get behind him. But we all know Kuya is also a small man. He's only about 5'4". So Wallaby comes in and Kuya just grabs him, like from both sides, and then he just picks him straight up and just power slams him down on the mat.
Whoa. Okay. So that sounds to me like you're doing a power move. Go ahead and roll.
All right. Okay. I got an 8. Just for the record, I rolled that twice. It was 8 both times, but every time I've rolled this session, it's been an 8. So I don't know if that's something that's up.
No, it should be fine. You can, if you want to be on the
Okay.
sure, you can always clear dice and do it again when on the next roll.
Yeah. So I got an 8. An 8 for power, and I'm not. Is that a basic move?
So what will happen is you can retain control, or you can give him control and get a momentum.
All right. Yeah. So Kuya slams him down there on the mat.
Oof! Hits solid bounce.
A solid bounce, and then he just turns his back on the Wallaby, and he's standing around with his arms out like there's nothing to see here, and he'll take a momentum while he lets Wallaby recover.
Okay. Wallaby looks at you, La Coneja, and doesn't come in for the tag, but does go, and he does that thing where he jumps up on your back, Kuya, and does that kind of leg wrap, arm wrap around, and starts doing that pull down. It's a classic clown bit, and he's trying to make you struggle and stagger around the ring, so you're off balance. He'll make you go to all the corners, pulls, and then how finally do you break out of that?
Okay, so he's pulling head all around here, like up his back, and so Kuya's making a show of it, hitting, around the ring, and then he lines it up. So he's bringing Wallaby, and he tries to bring him straight in to Spider Hero.
Oh, okay.
So he lines it up so Spider Hero can grab him at the side of the ring. And he's expecting Spider Hero to grab Wallaby, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Okay, so this looks like it's a tag move, a hot tag. So Spider Hero, do you want to tag in, or do you want to deny the tag?
No, I'll definitely get in there. I need to beat up on Wallaby some too.
Okay, so Kuya, you're going to roll your heat with Spider Hero.
And Kuya goes for the hot tag. Certainly a clash of styles as he collides with this wicked Wallaby. Just to show you that anything can happen in GLW as we present to you an intergender, interspecies grudge match of epic proportions.
All right, I got an 8.
Okay, so Spider Hero is going to get one of your momentum, and Spider Hero takes control of the match.
So I think actually, as I come in, I'm going to he's sort of trading off with me to do like a formal tag, and instead, as I'm there perched on the turnbuckle, I just grab him by both wrists and fling him over the side of the ring and into the railing around the audience there. And just showing complete disrespect for this team that we have and him as a wrestler, whatever his name is. I'm going to spin to and do my Rudo move and injure him on the way into the ring.
Oh, all right. So, La Coneja, you see Spider Hero throws the Wallaby out of the ring.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Kuya.
Oh, throw Kuya out of the ring.
Yes.
I think the Wallaby's still on his back.
Yeah.
So he's literally throwing both of them out of the ring with the.
So Kuya, mark an injury.
Yep.
As the Rudo throws you out. Spider Hero, are you in the ring now?
Yeah, I'm in the ring, and I was hoping that Wallaby would get off his back or stay in, but he goes out with him. I just look down disappointed, oh, fine. He wasn't even worth the effort, I guess. And so I'm gonna look threateningly over at Lakane and be like, come.
Well, yeah,
and
but
the crowd goes wild as the Spider Hero comes into the ring, a house of fire.
But I'm not ready yet. I still have to get my dress off, this children's dress. I can't fight in this dress with on my knees and everything, and this huge shoes and everything. So I look like devastated to Wallaby, and sorry, I just still have to go back in there to the spider gangster, whatever. I am so sorry. But
Wallaby.
So I'm as fast as I can. I strip off all this stuff, and I'm getting half naked.
And the crowd likes what they see and respond accordingly.
Woo, woo, woo. And I cheer to the crowd that they help me to redress faster, because I need to be fast now, because Wallaby is under high pressure when the spider guy is going after him. No way.
Wallaby's trying to climb back up into the ring, trying to get there, trying to do what he can, but he's shaky. He's getting up there. Lakuneha,
No.
does Wallaby get in the ring, or do you beat him into the ring?
I'm unfortunately still busy with working the audience of getting redressed.
All right, let's have you roll your work the audience.
Yes, okay, I try. But it could take a moment. I'm so sorry. And it's a 10. Because I start with 3 audience, then I still have this promo everybody loved so much out there, the viral promo.
Yeah, you get 2 momentum.
I get
2 momentum. Spider Hero, Wallaby gets in the ring.
And the crowd wonders what happened to the wrestling match. There used to be one here, right?
So yeah, but by the time they work this out between the two of them, and Wallaby works his way up into the ring, Spider Hero has pulled out and slung this webbing hammock between 2 of the side ropes. It's just taken a nap in the corner, and finally looks up as Wallaby makes it into the ring and says, "Oh, I was hoping it would be you." He rubs his hands together as he comes forward. And so they run at each other in the center of the ring. And Wallaby, it's impressive. Spider Hero goes in for the diving tackle like he'd done on the dummy of Wallaby, and Wallaby just manages to grab him by one wrist and flip him over his head. In this graceful arc as Spider Hero slams down onto the ground, but then just flips over onto his hands and feet and comes at him again. And the second time he runs at him, Wallaby tries to Aikido throw him again, and Spider Hero just wraps both arms around the Wallaby's legs and sort of comes up, spinning him like the Wallaby is hanging off of his shoulders, and he's just spinning him in circles until he slams him back into one of the turnbuckles.
Ooh.
Enough of that.
So let's resolve his move, and unless you want to spend a momentum to interrupt, Garrett.
I want to spend an interrupt here. 1 momentum, yes.
Okay. You can spend that momentum, and now you have control of the match as he's spinning Wallaby around. What happens?
I pick up Wallaby and throw him back on Spider Hero just to get control of the match.
Okay.
And thank God Kaneha did that, or we would have had a huge problem with the ASPCA.
So that's a tag. So we'll say that you can tag in on that because you touched Wallaby. And so you can get in the ring and take control of the match if you want.
Yes.
All right. So Kaneha, tell us about how you get in the ring and what happens next.
I just had a visitor here and had to tell them that I'm in a video call. Yeah. So cool. No, I'm back in control. And first thing is, I want to show that I can wrestle as well. I want to show how much I have practiced in the last couple of weeks. I want to show the audience that I'm a serious wrestler as well. And Spider Hero is the perfect victim for me because I was attacked with him when I was not capable of doing anything. I want to show my latest moves on him.
Okay. So tell me what that kind of generally looks like.
Well, I have chosen to use a lot of practices like from East Asia. So I have like judo skills in there, and so I can do like this ring rolls over him and jump over him. I can jump from over him and like nearly dodge him, but then I don't. But my hand is keeping his fist in his together when he's trying to punch me, and it looks really athletic, which I'm usually
Awesome.
not.
So let's have you roll work then. I think you're showing your technical skill.
Yes, I have -1 in work, and so this is my opportunity to show that this is just a prejudice, this -1. And I roll a 5 -1 is 4 only. Well, I still have 3 momentum, which I could spend here to
Yes,
push
you
me
could.
at least till 7. And this is the moment when I have to use all my momentum to do that.
Okay.
Because this time it shall be real.
So you spend 2. You still got 1 left. Do you want to get a momentum and hand control over to Spider Hero, or do you want to keep control?
I need to spend, unfortunately, all 3 I still have, because otherwise it's not a
Oh
7.
yeah. Okay. So control or take a momentum.
I need to take a momentum and give my opponent control. Yeah.
So it is a battle of fast moving, athletic sort of cruiserweight wrestlers here, and they move through. It's a pretty solid acrobatics. You guys haven't worked together for a while, so you're a little bit rusty. But Spider Hero, you can grab control here after this amazing display. What do you want to do?
So yeah, I think Lacanea gets off a couple of really good slams on Spider Hero, but like the 3rd or 4th time she comes in and Spider Hero is ready for it, and the next like 2 times he just ducks right under her, sort of dodging where she can even touch him. He just stands up and laughs and says, "Oh, little rabbit, you call that wrestling? You call that serious? Try being a little serious. Try bringing it this time." And he'll lean down and pull out of his boot that cape, that Toreador cape that he had pulled off the dummy, and just like he holds it up to his face and pulls it off, and like Tammy Faye Baker style, his makeup face is there imprinted all over the cape as he just tosses it at the ground at her feet and spits after it. Come on, do your worst.
And can I spend a momentum right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's talking and he's doing his monologue. Kuya just slides up behind him in the ring, and Kuya is actually going to slam Spider-Foe at this point.
Spider-Foe.
All right, spend a momentum, and how are you hitting him?
I think this is powered. He's just, while he's doing his monologue, the whole audience can see this. It's pretty well, it's obvious. It's choreographed. He's getting up there slowly. He's getting his arms around, and he just wants to grab him around, just back over, to take him down.
Go ahead and roll. Yes, Patrick?
And just briefly, I wasn't going to roll a move there, but I was trying to do my Rudo again. I want to spend 2 momentum and get a heat with Lacanea there for
That's
insulting
perfect.
her.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. You can get that. And let's have you roll your power move, Kuya.
Was this act of sacrilege too much for the representative of a nation with political ambitions?
I got a 9. I got a 9.
Okay. Do you want to keep control, or do you want to take a momentum?
He'll take a momentum. After he slams Spider-Foe for this, he'll just slide back out of the ring.
Okay.
So I'll hand it over to Lacahoon.
Lacaneja, there is that shot when his tag team partner knocks him, but now you've got an opportunity.
Well, yes. I think that somehow a tense moment because I have this move called Comic Relief I have never used before, and like when tag team partners beat each other.
Yeah, I think that was pretty tense.
Yeah, that's fair. Absolutely. So what does that move do?
So I can intercept into a tense situation, and get some comic relief for the others. And I hope to do so because I get this Toreado coat, and it has Spider Hero's face on it. So my best opportunity has come now. Finally, I take my pen out, and Spider Hero, can I have an autograph on your face?
Perfect. Roll with real.
Yes, I do, and it's a 5 + 2 = 7. So I barely make it, and that says that I can pick one. Take +2 momentum, add a stipulation to it, gain a concession you wanted, or gain +1 heat with someone. And I think it's good. It's good to have 1 heat more with Spider Hero.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, you come over and he like looks up from where he's been slammed into the ground by Kuya there and goes oh, and reaches down to a boot, pulls out a big autographing marker and just autographs the jacket before he quite realizes what's happening.
And you do relieve it, but that will give Spider Hero control of the match.
Yeah, he should have it back. Yes.
And I think as he finishes doing the autograph, like the fumes from the marker make him whoa, wait, what the hell am I doing? And as Lacanea there is like admiring this autographed jacket now, he reaches over her shoulder and grabs her hand where she's holding the jacket and just slams it up into her own face to knock her down on the ground, and then he just pounces on her and starts like punches raining down into Lacaneja on the ground there.
That sounds like power.
Woof.
What'd you get?
Let's see. Oh, geez. It's a 10 - 1 is 9.
Okay.
And fish. I'm going to take it up to a 10. My last momentum there.
2 momentum or a heat?
I will take a heat with Lacaneja.
Okay. So you do that throw. And you still have control of the match. Lacaneja is there.
And can I interrupt at this point?
Yes, you can. Spend the momentum.
I'll spend a momentum, take me down to 3, and the lights go out in the stadium. A voiceover comes up, the Gauntletron comes up again, and there's Anonymous sitting at his desk with the whole effects. Mr. Spider Hero. Mr. Spider Hero. Mr. Spider Hero. Can you hear us, Mr. Spider Hero? You said that there was not enough of us to survive. You said that we would run out of Anons eventually. We said we are Legion. We said we would prove it. And when the lights come on, the first 10 rows of the stadium are all wearing an Anon mask.
So this sounds like a run-in?
Yes, it is. I have a question with regards to this, though.
Sure.
A run-in is effectively me breaking the rules of a match. So I wondering how it works with my moves. My rules. What rules to move? Because I want to get Lacaneja the win here rather than the actual DQing them.
You don't need to. Yeah, you can do that with the rules. What rules? That seems fair. Let's have you though. Let's see what happens with your run-in first, because that may affect things.
Yeah. 1 second. And I've got a 12.
Okay.
Wow.
So that is on a run-in.
Is that mythic moment already taken?
No, it is not.
That involves me using all of my momentum, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yes, it does.
I'll keep my momentum then.
Okay. All right. So that means if you look at the basic moves, run in. It's a hot angle. You and Spider Hero gain 1 heat with each other.
Nice.
Okay.
And then pick one from the 7 to 9 list.
Do you want the DQ and then flip it? and then I'm going to try and swerve. I'm going to try and swerve it with my move. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and is there a roll on that rules one?
There is, yes. It is plus luck.
So yeah, I think as you're like calling out Spider Hero, he just leaves La Coneja and the Kuya and Wallaby all behind. He's up on the turnbuckle, like staring out at you in the audience, and he doesn't even look phased when the lights come on and there's like all these Anons. He just sort of flexes like, I'm ready for this shit.
Okay, and so I've rolled a 7 up to 8, and then I'll use 2 momentum to put that to a 10.
Okay.
And I'll rebook the finish on the fly, so I'll have La Coneja take the pin.
Okay. So Spider Hero, what does that look like when you get sort of thrown into the ring at there?
So yeah, I think he like dives down off the turnbuckle into the audience. There's this like big scramble where we do have a couple of plants in the audience who can do some acrobatic like flying out from the melee sort of thing, and some flips over stuff. And he does manage to wrap some hidden webs around some people. He manages to knock out a number of Anons, but there's just a ton of them. Like they wear him down. They every now and then they'll get punches in, but it gets more and more often till finally he's just sort of like dazed and on his feet and he can barely dodge, and I think like 10 of them rush in and grab him and just deposit him in the ring basically at La Coneja's feet as he's struggling to even get up to his hands and knees right now. His makeup is smeared and it just doesn't look nice anymore. Yeah.
And because La Coneja has dropped offline, we'll see whether he comes back in a second.
Yep.
But as that happens, as you're kind of laying there, Spider Hero, Wallaby comes running in and runs up to you and runs up and kind of grabs onto you and pulls off the Wallaby mask. And you will see Miles Morimoto. And he's like, Spider Hero, please come back to us, please.
What are you doing here? No, you shouldn't be here. You shouldn't see this.
He's clearly favoring his arm. Maybe it got broken when he was thrown. Please, Spider Hero, you have to come back to us. You're the hero that Gauntlet City needs.
I don't deserve that spot anymore. It's gone too far. You wouldn't understand. And he like just runs away from Miles.
Okay, so he runs out of the ring. Okay.
And Kuya wants to take the ring now as the only remaining participant in this fight.
Well, so he can get up there, but right now it looks like because both of your wrestlers were out of the ring first, it does look like they are going to give the victory to La Coneja. Since that's the booking that was switched there on that. So tell me what that looks like when you come up. La Coneja is kind of up there, kind of not sure what's going on. What do you do?
Oh, I think he's back.
Okay, so let me dial back from that if I can, Kuya.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let me rewind. Garrett, you good?
I'm good.
Okay, so here's where the situation is. Let me describe up until before the last thing. An interruption has occurred, which is going to give you the win. Let me describe the situation as it is, and then let me hear what you want to do. Okay? Does that sound good?
Okay.
Okay, so...
Anon has announced that I win.
Yes. Well, what has happened is Anon has beaten up Spider Hero and rolled him into the center of the ring, and he's out. But then the Wallaby runs in and pulls off his mask and shows that he's Spider Hero's sidekick. And he's there and he's trying to convince Spider Hero to come back to the light side. Come back to the light. Come back, Spider Hero. You're the hero the Gauntlet City needs. What do you do, La Coneja?
What is Kuyo up to?
Kuya's still on the outside of the ring, but you see him looking. What? How describe that, James?
Kuya's looking around at the chaos and trying to figure out how to get this back to a real match. It looks like he's ready to come in, but he doesn't want to mess with it. Miles,
Yes, because La Coneta is willing to take you in.
Okay. So do we want to say that Spider Hero and Wallaby clear the ring for you two?
If it seems from the very beginning that the tag teams were completely differently constructed than how it was announced, right?
Right.
Wallaby
No,
is
I
on
have no-
Spider Hero's side.
yeah. So I think La Coneja and Kuya. I guess we will become friends in the ring. It's like a Mortal Kombat friendship victory.
So we switch tag teams, basically.
Yes.
Yes, and we're supposed to win. Thanks.
So Kuya comes in to shake hands with La Coneja
Yeah.
as Spider Hero runs off from his own identity. And Billy Fashions, what's your take on this?
Oh, please wrap this up. How do you tie a bow on this?
La Coneja asks Spider Hero for an autograph, and he gives it to her in more ways than one. But luckily for her, she showed up for a fight, and a soap opera broke out. Oh my God, I've never seen such a thing before in all my days calling wrestling. It looks like people are talking it out on the outside as the bell rings. A victory for Coneja and Kuya, earned through peace and reconciliation. Anything can happen in GLW.
Brilliant.
So we'll cut down from that. La Coneja and Kuya, you guys get an advance because they will give you the tag team belt because Bleakwood wants to get it out there. And even with this chaos, they will still award it to you.
Okay.
All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break. And we're going to come back for the final event for the Elimination Chamber, the Death Roster Doom, big event, and we will come back to that. So give me 5 minutes to get some more coffee, and we will see what happens.
Cool.
Oh, my feels when Wallaby pulled off that mask.
Good.
That was great.
That was
you really set that up, though.
That was a really stellar match all around. Like, just the number of stories that were building on top of each other.
That was wild. I love that, and I like to believe it was just bordering on not quite being too chaotic to make sense.
Yes.
Well, and I love those types of matches where the real event of the match didn't have anything to do with the conclusion.
I've got to admit, I've been keeping that running ready from week one, and I've just been looking for a chance to use it.
Oh, I loved the dozens and dozens of Anons. It was great. It's because it was a great visual for Anon, and it also gave me a chance to do some real superhero punch-up shit. So it was a good two-sided thing there.
Of course, on the DVD that goes out, we're going to have these special effects as well, and the BAM and the Kabash. And
oh yeah, those webs get touched up, and some people are hanging from the rafters and stuff. A little bit of CGI every now and then, some blood.
Well, we have high production standards, if I remember correctly.
All right, when Matt gets back, we will get rolling here.
So briefly, Lowell,
yeah.
I had 4 heat with Anon there by the end. So I went up from that, and I'm going to take a custom move that's basically, what's the hardcore one? Red means green, which is when you're covered in blood, substitute look for any other stat, but instead it's going to be Tattered Glory, and it's whenever his costume is in ruins or being destroyed, he rolls with look.
Here's the thing. Bleakwood will come on the speaker, and he will say, as you know, the dingo is AWOL, missing in action. We don't know where he is. And his belt, the MC, the Master of Carnage belt, is up for grabs. A few weeks ago, La Coneja said that she would defend that belt. Well, we're going to put that to the test tonight in the Gauntlet Gamble. We'll begin with 2 competitors in the ring, and then more will enter. And whoever is standing at the end, whoever is left in the ring, they will get the MC belt. And so we're going to do quick promos, give you guys a chance to promo or work the audience here in the setup to this. All of you are going to be in there. There are going to be some NPWs in there. La Coneja, you're going to start in the ring. So what do we see? What's the backstage we see from you before this match?
I'm actually really excited about having this belt. So I show off the belt, the tag team belt. We have won against the champions, the best wrestlers in the whole setup here. And so I'm really excited to show around the belt I already have. And so, do you know what is better than 1 belt? 2 belts.
Awesome. Go ahead and roll your audience.
That's 14.
14. Okay. So you work the audience, so you get 2 momentum.
Yes.
Awesome. And then Kuya, we cut to you. What's your backstage promo here?
He's there. He has his belt. She's showing it off, and he's like, "Step 1. Our next step is to take control of Gauntlet City Wrestling. That way we can bring integrity back. We can bring true Pinoy values to Gauntlet City." And just like you would see in a super patriotic thing, there goes the Filipino flag instead of the American flag. And
perfect. I think that's cheap heat for you, sir.
Okay.
Take momentum. Spider Hero, what do we see from you? Is it a promo? Is it a shot? Is it a video package? What do we see?
It's a sort of live promo. He's backstage in his like weird mannequin filled lair that he has set up. He's back in front of that mirror, and he's just like got his head in his hands, and he's rocking. Why was he there? Why did he have to see that? Why she set it up? They're all against me. Why? And he's like pulled on this cowl that's his white costume that he got sort of stabbed and infected in, and you see in sort of the base of the cowl like there's that hole, and like blood and black ooze is stained in around it, and you hear a voice from the shadows. It's venomous, saying, "Is this not what you wanted? They're all looking. How could this be any better?" She's rocking. He's like, yes, this is what I wanted. This is where I was going. And he stands up to look back at his sort of hall of mannequins there, and now there's, instead of all those dressed up mannequins like the other wrestlers that are all sort of scattered to the side now in the center of the room, there's a good dozen Anons wrapped up and hanging from spider webs, like basically all you can see is their little hood and mask, and they're struggling, and he looks back and says, yes, he's the only one standing in my way. If I just find the real one, they'll fall apart, and then everyone will respect me. That's sort of where it cuts out.
Awesome. And Anon, I think it makes sense to follow you from that one.
Okay, there's a figure in a ref's uniform that you only see from behind walking through the backstage area of the stadium. Walks past people. You see other wrestlers on the way to the ring. You go past the changing rooms and go past the food carts, and it goes up to the Bleakwood's office door, and there's a knock on the door. There's no answer. It knocks again. There's no answer. It reaches forward and opens the door and steps in, and the room's dark. It's got a monitor on. There's ambient lighting from the monitor, and you see this figure walk over, but you only see it from the head down. Sorry, from the neck down. It walks over, picks up a suitcase, briefcase, puts it down on the desk, and opens it up, and it changes the cut. So now it's looking from behind the briefcase, and there's a golden light coming out from the case itself. So it closes the actual case with a clink. And as it does that, there's a doll sitting on the chair behind it that comes into focus. It stops. The figure turns and looks at the doll. It steps over. It picks it up. And you can only now you look in point of view from the figures. And it takes the doll with it, and it leaves the office.
Oof. All right. I like it. And then it doesn't sound like we're actually working the audience or cutting, because I don't think it's actually you kept that pretty anonymous there, Anonymous.
Yes, that's kind of the point.
Subpig, you get last word in these promos before we start the mess that is the Gauntlet Gamble. Death, roster, Droom.
Subpig, you've sweat and you've bled tonight. Do you smell this? That's a taser burn. But we need you to work one more time. And I'll do it, but stop those hardcore chants. I don't want to hear them. I'm not doing this to take the belt for you. I'm doing it to take the belt from you. I'm going to get that belt. And I'm going to hurt everyone that tries to take it from me. And you're never going to see it again.
Oh, Subpig, roll your work the audience. And
where'd that dice roller go? Here we go. All right, that is a 10 plus
my audience, so that's as high as she goes.
Awesome.
So, where is that sheet now?
That's a basic move, so you get 2 momentum.
All right.
And Patrick, your cut a promo, you got a 7 to 9. What do you want for that?
I'm going to take +1 momentum from that.
Okay. All right. So here's how this is going to work. This is the special match, the Gauntlet Gamble. There are 5 non-player wrestlers that are also up for the belt. It's going to start with La Coneja and another wrestler in the ring. Wrestlers can only be eliminated by being thrown over the top rope. The last one standing is the winner. Whenever you make a wrestling move, you're going to roll the special move that's on the special matches tab in the gamble. You can stay. You can use the interrupt move to stay if you're about to be eliminated. And I will throw in new wrestlers when things occur. All right. So La Coneja, they start you out in the ring with Rattler Queen. and the second the bell goes off, she is running towards you. So what do you do?
I duck away, and I'm pretty sure she falls over the rope by herself. I think we can finish this without even touching each other.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and make a roll? That sounds to me like you're exploring your look. So go ahead and roll look for me with that.
I look so good, yeah. I think I don't even need to touch the dice. It's 6. It's 8 + 2 is 10.
Okay.
I have a 10.
So all right. So you retain control of the match. You can choose to gain 1 momentum, throw her over the top rope and gain a heat with them, or pick the next person to come into the fight and gain a heat with them. Which one do you want?
I telepathically move her over the top row.
Okay, so you do that. So she goes over the rope, and I think at that point that Kuya, you will be sent in.
Oh no.
Okay, so you turn around and you see Kuya coming running into the ring, La Coneja, the person who was just your friend. Describe to me how you get into the ring, Kuya. La Coneja will have control.
All right, Kuya is coming in at a sprint, so he just sprints down. From the we're at backstage when we come in.
Yep.
Yeah, he sprints in from the backstage and just does like a slide in under the bottom rope, like slides into the ring, head first. Just
perfect. And so what do you do, La Coneja?
I am not excited. I hate management because I asked them not Kuya, whoever they want, but they should come last. And obviously, what they want to do is putting out my anger. And if they want to see my anger, they get my anger. So, first thing, I just won a first match. I kicked out of my first opponent. So I give Kuya the chance to stand up and to show himself as well. But I want cheap heat from Gauntlet City, and I tell them that sometimes they have one foot in the grave. Sometimes they want to eat poutine. Sometimes they want to go Tokyo Brain Pop, and sometimes they go to full clown Helsing with me, or be dogs in the ring. Whatever they want, they can have it, because we are the Gauntlet Wrestling crew, and we will show them what real wrestling looks like.
Give yourself +1 momentum.
And what the Gauntlet City wants, they want to see their tag team champions again. Woo! And that's why this is Alcanuna and I. We're here, and we're telling you out, sub pig. Get your Lechon flavored ass in this ring, and we are going to roast you.
Okay, so that sounds like you're working the audience there, Akuya, as well.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you took the momentum, Garrett. Go ahead and roll your work the audience, Akuya, and then Sub Pig will be entering.
All right.
So, and what'd you get there, Kuya?
You roll plus look.
Roll plus audience for work the audience.
Oh, roll plus audience. Okay, I got a. I'm bad at basic math. I got an 8.
8. So you can get momentum, or you can take control of the match.
I'll gain a momentum, and then I spent the advance on Heads to Look, so that I
Okay.
gain an extra momentum.
All right, perfect. Sub Pig. Those two are in the ring, tag team people. They've called you out. They send you in.
All right. Again, I'm not coming down the ramp. I'm running through the crowd. I'm terrorizing the audience. I'm coming in. And as I get near the front row, people have learned they kind of back off a couple feet at least. So there's a bunch of unoccupied folding chairs, and he's just taking them and winging them into the ring as he's running towards the ring. So there's chairs just raining in, and he runs in, slides under the rope.
Okay. And you have control.
Control. So I guess the first thing I'm going to do, there's the two of these that are aligned. Let's see if we can do like a flying clothesline into the ropes, trying to do like the like kind of hangman, like a double hangman.
Okay.
So that's probably.
That sounds like work. Go ahead and roll in the gamble.
Selected. Yes, 9.
So on a 7 and 9, you pick one. You need to work with someone else to throw the opponent over the top rope, and they take control. Or you get to retain control and pick who comes in next.
I think I'm going to spend the momentum
to bump
out to a 10. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you want to get from that? 2 momentum, throw one of them over the rope and gain a heat with them, or pick the next entrant and gain a heat with them?
I'm taking. I in real life, I do not like Kuya because of his attitude towards the business. So he's going over the rope, and we're getting some heat.
Okay. Can I spend the momentum to interrupt that? Or
yeah, so here's what happens: is you spend a momentum to interrupt that, and he still gains a heat with you, but now you do the interrupt to take control.
Okay. So Kuya is going to go over, but he holds on to the ring. Like he holds on to the rope without falling out, and he pulls himself back up over. So he pulls himself back up over. I'm not sure if that's illegal or not, but
oh yeah, no, as long as you don't fall to the ground.
So okay, so he's able to pull himself back up, and he gets up in, and now Sub Pig is focusing on El Kahuna, sort of menacing and coming at him, and Kuya looks at El Kahuna, does the 1, 2, 3, and he gets down on all.
La Coneja.
Oh, La Coneja, and he gets down on all fours, like behind him, so La Coneja can just push him over Kuya, like the Gambit.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't count sheep jumping over the fence, but pigs when we go to bed.
All right, so that actually sounds like you're rolling look, because that looks a little more like a comic thing. So let's have you roll that, Kuya.
Oh, I got a 10.
10. So you can gain 2 momentum, throw Sub Pig over the rope and gain a heat with them, or pick the next entrant and gain a heat with them.
All right. So you know what? Let's put Sub Pig over the rope.
Okay, Sub Pig, do you want to spend a momentum?
Spend a momentum to interrupt that.
Okay. I will say at that point, Dreamboat Alex comes running into the ring, one of the non-player wrestlers, big mulleted guy. He's part of he's still got a suit on because he's part of the Analysts LLC Corporation. So right now it's Sub Pig, Kuya, La Coneja, and Dreamboat Alex in the ring. What do you want to do, Sub Pig?
Sub Pig, so he's like kind of got his arms and legs wrapped around the ropes. He almost looks like a pig on a spit right now, the way he saved himself from being thrown over the top rope. And he does throw himself back into the ring. And he's angry at this little guy for almost throwing him out. So now it's going to be just kind of scoop him up and power slam him onto one of the open chairs that's lying in the ring. So I think that's hardcore violence.
I believe that is hardcore violence. Go ahead and roll real.
All right. Let's go. So that's 6 plus 2 is 8. And I'm going to spend 2 momentum to make that a 10.
Okay.
Violence on him. And so then the outcome of that will be, where's the match moves? So I gain +1 audience, and I pick one from the list. I'm going to gain the 2 momentum back.
Okay. So it's a slamming hit when you do that. Probably crumples the chair as that gives. And then it doesn't say that you keep control of the match. So I think control is going to pass back over to Kuya, right?
I think we'll give it to Cajon.
On a 10 plus, you retain control.
Oh, you do contain control. Okay, so you have control.
I would interrupt.
Okay, hang on one second. I want to do one thing here before, and I'm gonna let you spend that interrupt here. I just want to get a replacement wrestler on the list. Roster summary. Okay, we'll have one of my favorites. We'll put sorry. So I'm replacing Percolator with Dr. Explosiones. So you're spending momentum to interrupt then after he does that chair slam to take control?
Yeah. Well, I was sitting on that chair to watch how they all fall out, and I had to jump in the last moment away from that chair before my friend got slammed there.
Okay, he goes down. We see that Dreamboat's in the ring. 4 of you are in the scrum. What happens?
That's like I need to like with one hand I'm keeping this. What's his name? This Alex guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm keeping it with one hand away because I have to tell something. I have something with me, and this is very important for me. I have something with me. It's an audio tape where I taped the public toilet from our company, and I learned that Bleakwood is talking while he's pissing and shitting on the toilet, and whatever is on this, what he's saying there, I will now publicly play. It's connected to the audio, so everybody has to listen of what he's telling himself while he's on the toilet. This is my revenge to management.
All right. How about you roll break kayfabe?
That's it. Yes, finally. So the first thing good Bleakwood is saying, like, "Hello, Dingy Dungy. Haven't seen you today yet."
What's your roll?
It's a 5 plus 2 is 7.
7. So you blur the line. You're going to get 2 momentum.
Yeah.
And either you lose 1 heat with somebody because the book doesn't make sense, or you lose someone's support backstage, which would probably be management's support backstage.
That sounds like, yes.
Okay.
They hate me.
All right. So control, then that will break kayfabe, means you'll lose control.
Yes.
So I'm going to say that someone new is going to enter the ring. Spider Hero, you come in and you have control of the match.
All right. So it's that
the audience is going,
yeah, and it's that heavy metal Spider-Man theme like breaks in there, and there's again the spotlights on the side entrance as he comes in through the audience, and I think some of them like turn and start to boo him, and he's just like, yeah, bring it on. But then as he's coming down, he sees this like group of kids, obviously like on a trip together. They have like 1 or 2 parents with them, with this big group of kids, and they all have Anon masks and signs, and they're like cheering and waiting for Anon to come out. And he gets angry. He goes over there and he like rips some of the masks off the kids, and he like punches through one of their signs. And as he comes down, he's like with the mask as he comes into the ring. Cheap heat there.
I will think that's cheap heat. You can have that, and you have control of the match. There are 4 wrestlers in the ring.
Oof. Is Alex still there? Or is he out?
Alex is still there.
Yeah. So I think I want to come running in the ring, basically from behind Alex, and I'll slip under the ropes and sort of dodge around Kuya there on my way to Alex, and Alex like sees me coming sort of in a dive at him just as I'm there, but instead of like he reaches out to grab me as I'm coming at him, but instead I'm slipping by him and doing a sort of grab and Rey Mysterio flip through the ropes into like an enziguri kick to his head from the other side as he goes stumbling over into the turnbuckle.
Do you think that's look or work?
I'll try work.
Okay, let's have you roll.
That's a 7.
So on a 7 there on the special matches, you get a choice. You need to work with somebody else to throw them over. They get control of the match, or you can retain control of the match and pick the next person to come in.
And you said Explosiones is out there too?
Yep. She hasn't come in yet. No.
Oh, she hasn't come in yet. Okay. I think I'm going to retain control of the match. And the next person that comes in, I think sort of jumping up out of that group of kids is Spider Kid. Miles Morimoto comes running down over the tops of chairs in the audience, and there's like a trampoline hidden right in the front row of the audience, and he jumps down on it and manages to do a flip over and up all the way into the ring, where he pulls off a passable superhero landing.
Perfect. You still have control of the match, though.
So Alex is sort of unimportant. I'm going to turn around and run at Kuya. He's looking way too confident and calm in here. And so as his back is turned, he's focused on someone else. I just come flying in at the back of his knee. And as he falls down, like I managed to wrench his knee up and try and get him into like a submission hold type thing.
So that sounds like work again.
Oh, crap.
Unless you guys have worked this out and you want to argue heat.
No, I barely even know who he is.
Okay, that's right.
But that's a 7 again. And I'm gonna
you could throw Kuya over, and
Yep.
And then you'd have to give somebody else control of the match. Or you can call for somebody else in the ring.
And it's Kuya Lacanea, Dreamboat Alex. Who's the fourth? I know Spider Kid's out there now.
Dreamboat Alex, Spider Kid, and everybody except Anon.
Okay, Sub Pig is out there?
Yes.
Okay,
Sub
cool.
Pig's just sitting in the corner menacingly right now as you all are fighting.
So yeah, I think I trip up Kuya there, and then I look up at Sub Pig and I'm like, come get him. And Sub Pig, how do you help me try and throw him over the rope?
Because Sub Pig really does have a problem with Kuya. As you kind of got him, I'm gonna come charging at him and hit him really hard, and then kind of try to flip him over the ropes. But
Kuya, you're going to go over the ropes?
Yeah, I'll spend the momentum.
Spin the momentum, interrupt. Okay. So you kind of get out of the way of that, and you have control of the match now. We got Sub Pig. We got Spider Hero. What do you want to do?
All right. So as Sub Pig comes charging at him, Kuya's a small. He's a pretty small guy here, and he actually does the Wallabies move here, or he runs in and he slides underneath the Sub Pig. And then he jumps up at Alex, who's just watching, and he is just going to try to take his momentum straight across the ring into Alex.
Ooh, I think you're going to be rolling power on that.
Oh, I got an 11.
Okay. So what do you want? Momentum? throw somebody over and gain heat, or pick somebody else to come in and gain heat with them?
I'll just take the +2 momentum.
Okay, so you don't throw them over the rope. So you have control of the match. A lot of momentum going on. I'm going to say that at that moment, Capitan X, the luchador, will come running in to the ring. So there's even one more person in the ring now, but you have control, Kuya.
Okay, so Kuya is now just gonna he's just gonna keep working it. He's just gonna keep working on Alex here, like hitting him up against the rings, like well, I don't know what your classic, your wrestling punches. He's doing the big exaggerated, punches that just sort of beat him down there.
Okay.
And then he's gonna try to just knock him back till enough of his weight's on the ring, and he's just gonna try to hit him once hard to push him back on off the ring.
Okay, that sounds like work.
Not my best one. 7.
7. Okay. You need to work with somebody to get him over, and they will take control, or you can pick the next person to come in.
I think he's hitting them there on the ring. Is it La Kahuna?
La Coneja.
La Cajea. Will you jump in and help me knock Alex out?
Oh, please, yes.
Okay.
Whenever I can, like I assist.
Alex goes over the ropes. La Coneja, you have control of the match now.
So next message to be played from our dear management is like, this pig is has to suffer. It has to suffer. I need to find something how I can make it suffer even more. I think it's starting to enjoy this thing too much. Tonight, maybe I come up with something. And then, after this is out, I'm saying, okay, Sapig, up for you now. Finally, we see each other.
And Sapig's just looking at you like, are you out of your mind?
So I want to see what you're really about up here, like in the ring. Let's see. And then I'm dancing around you, and I hope that you can attack me somehow. And I try to wrestle like a real wrestler, because I want to become a real wrestler. So I'm doing my work. I've practiced not only judo in the last week, but this time I also have like karate. So I'm jumping at you, and I'm shouting like a karate fighter.
Please roll work.
Yes, this is work. For me, this is really tough work. So roll -1, and I get a 7 - 1 is a 6. But I have accumulated some momentum and push it up to a 7.
Okay. In order to push Subpig over, you need somebody to help you, and they will take control of the match, or you can just keep control of the match yourself and pick the next person.
I need some help, and to get him over.
And who is it?
And who wants to help me against Sapig? Is it my dear friend Kuyo again?
Yeah, I'll jump in here with it to help you.
Okay. Yes. Matt, does Subpig...
Subpig is going to spend that momentum, yes.
Okay. Take control of the match as Kuya kind of comes in to do that after La Coneja has jumped around. What do you do?
All right, so Coneja has come at me with this cutesy shit, trying to throw me over the rope with some kind of fake-looking martial arts stuff. I'm going to work really stiff and hit her with a headbutt right through her kata.
Okay. Roll real.
Actually, can I interrupt there?
Sure. Well, let me. He's already went to the roll, so can I?
Okay,
I think I probably need to resolve that first.
Okay.
Did you see a roll come through? Because my machine kind of froze for a minute on the audio and video, and I did not see a roll come through either. But if you see one, I'll go with it.
The 3 and the 5, the 2 top dice, right?
Looks like it's frozen. The dice roller's frozen for me. Let me refresh it.
Okay.
Yep, I do see that now.
So that's an 8. What's your reel?
That's an 8, and the reel is 2.
Okay, so pick 2 from the 7 and 9 list.
All right. 7 and 9 list. Where are you? Match moves. I think one of those options is non-operational.
Right.
So I guess then I've got no choice. I injure my opponent and he loses one audience as I just boom. I make your stuff look so fake as that headbutt comes
It
through.
looks so fake.
Smashes you, and it's just, blood is flying out of your face. It's like, I told you didn't want to fight me. I was warning you.
All right, and so you will mark an injury.
Yeah.
Really
There's a lot of blood coming out of my nose and under my eye.
Okay.
It's like,
And I will lean in and say, out of character, you know I'm looking at New Japan next. You really shouldn't try to make me look silly.
Now, here's the thing for you, Garrett. When you're injured, if you roll anything but look, you have to mark another injury.
all right, yeah.
Okay. But Patrick, now you want to interrupt?
Yeah, that's actually perfect setup there.
Okay.
So I interrupt, and as you're beating on La Caneja there, and like there's I think blood flying, and it looks really serious. I've been sort of dancing around the opposite side of the ring from Spider Kid, like trying to stay away from him. He's confusing my head. But Spider Kid, instead of trying to work towards me now, he sees La Canea being beaten up, and like the hero instinct rises in him, and he goes and he like manages to push her out of the way and get between her and Sub Pig, who I think just like squeals and goes crazy on him, like grabs him up in a choke slam down onto the ground. And Spider Hero, like something inside him breaks. He can't handle that, and he comes flying at Sub Pig. He manages to get in between them and knock Miles out of the ring, sort of onto the padding outside of the ring. He gets a donkey kick sort of up into Sub Pig's chin, which I think just enrages him further, and Sub Pig just comes down on him like a mountain, pounding him into the mat for a minute before he lifts him up and just like bodily throws Spider Hero out of the ring.
Oh, so do you want to say you go out?
Yeah. I think
Okay.
I land sort of in a bloody heap on the outside of the ring, and Spider Kid is there like with me, trying to get me back up, and we're having like a moment in a conversation there.
Awesome. So yeah. Do we want to do this any kind of move, or do you think that's just awesome?
I don't have a particular move. If you've got one that you think triggers, but I was going for like storyline and rapping.
Working the audience.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And how about let's do this. Here's what I'll let you have is how about when you do that, it also knocks Venomous, who's coming into the ring, knocks him out by you. How does that sound?
Nice. Yeah, okay. I hit him and he lands back into one of the guardrails with his head and is just out cold.
Okay. Boom. Out. So right now, let's get the special matches. So right now in the ring is Capitan X and you guys who are remaining. And I think it's on that note that since control is open, Anon, this is your time to come in.
Okay. Anon jumps over the Anon music plays. A single Anon jumps over the actual barrier and sits down at the announcer table. I haven't actually entered the ring yet. He sets up Clarabelle on the announcer's desk, and she's wearing an Anon mask. And he puts on a headset. Mr. Bleakwood. Mr. Bleakwood. Mr. Bleakwood. We're here. And he takes the headset off and then runs into the ring.
Okay.
The the way the face was moving, it doesn't look like the timing was quite right. So it sounds like it was a pre-recorded bit. But
okay, do you want to do this? Work the audience, or do you want to just go on in?
I'd like to work the audience, please.
Okay, all right, and then I'll pass control to somebody else.
That's a 14. That's a 14.
Okay,
No, sorry, that's a 15.
Get 2 momentum.
Okay.
I'm going to pass control to La Caneja.
I'm full of blood. I'm full of blood. And I've seen Spider Hero going out. And Subpic has shown how violent he can be. Anon is there. And like I lead the audience, like that how the drama has built up to this moment. And that's for me time to step over the top row, to leave the field between Kuyo and his final and ultimate opponent, Subpic.
All right, so you will exit and hand control to Kuya.
Yes.
So right now in the ring,
as a tag team move to profit from it.
Oh, okay, yeah. That seems like a cool way to do that. Go ahead and roll your heat with Kuya.
Yeah, and take an extra injury for that.
Yes.
And I roll a 6. I have 0 heat with Kuya. No, 1 heat, I think.
Yeah.
And 1 heat, yes. So it's a step.
Okay, so you give Kuya 1 of your momentum, and Kuya takes control.
Perfect.
Oh, now that he's called out Subpig, it's time to get into Subpig. So Kuya is going to advance on Subpig. You know, he's coming up on Subpig, and Subpig's not intimidated at all. And then Kuya remembers their first fight, and he's going to lead with a headbutt straight into Subpig's face.
Are you like working stiff?
I think we're breaking kayfabe. I think he's literally just throwing his forehead into kayfabe. Right?
That's working. That's working stiff. Yeah.
Oh,
so go
okay.
ahead. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll real.
Nine, and I'll spend a momentum to make that 10.
Okay. So if you look in the work real stiff, you can injure him, and he can lose an audience. Essentially, that's your 2 choices right now on those, and you get both of those.
Okay, I guess that's what we're doing.
Okay, so you work stiff, hit him, smack him in the face. Right now in the ring is Capitan X, Anon.
Because that's my gimmick, and I took an injury, I get to roll. Are you not entertained?
Yes, and you're also going to take control of the match.
And so that is a 5 plus 2 is 7.
What do you get for that?
So let me go look at my character sheet now. Where the hell did that thing go? Slurs. Are you not entertained? Roll plus real. I gain
audience.
Audience. I can make creative, or I'm just going to gain plus 2 momentum.
Okay. You have control of the match. There are just 4 of you in the ring. The other competitors have been thrown out. It's just you 4 remaining.
All right. So he's working my last nerve. He keeps coming at me. And he's hurt me before. Actually, I kind of like that. I like that we're continually hurting each other. So now I'm going to lift him up, drag him over to an open chair, and just DDT him onto the seat of the chair, hoping to like dramatically collapse it. And this will be hardcore violence, I think.
Okay, go ahead and roll real.
That is a 8 for hardcore violence. That lets me.
Someone gets injured. You gain 2 momentum, or you gain another heat with him.
All right, I've already injured him, haven't I?
Are you injured, Kuya?
Spider Hero injured me.
She already injured though.
You could do that.
Instead, I think I will just take plus 2 momentum.
Okay. I'm going to say control passes to Anon as you 2 are locked up. You're muted.
Sorry, I just realized. So Anon is gonna stand there. He's gonna lean with his back against the turnbuckle, and I'm just gonna watch as they're actually locked up on the floor.
Okay.
I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna look around to the crowd, and I'm basically gonna start stamping to get Sweet Chin music going.
Okay.
I'm stamping and basically gonna get the crowd going and going, so I can do a super kick to whichever of them gets up first.
Okay. And it's probably going to be Sub Pig.
Okay, so I'm actually working the audience.
Okay, well then control will pass back to them then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that is 9.
9.
I'll bump it up 1 to 10.
Okay. So I give you 2 momentum.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you guys here, because we're at just about time. Sub Pig is booked to win. All right. So that's where we are. So we need to move to that or break kayfabe on that and do that. So Kuya, you have control because now control has passed since Anon has handed it off. What do you want to do?
All right. So Kuya's sort of rolling around on the ground, you know, after he got hit with this chair here. And Captain X is getting up. Captain X is coming up behind Sub Pig, but Sub Pig is turned to face Aeon. And then Kuya actually, not really trying to help Sub Pig, but just seeing the opportunity, is going to be able to get up, and he's just going to try to hit Captain X with the chair, you know, while he's distracted.
All right, roll power.
I got a 10.
Okay. So do you want to throw him over the rope?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's throw him over the rope.
Okay. So you would get a heat with him. You still have control of the match as you chair shot Capitan X out.
So he chair shots Capitan X, and then he immediately just sees, you know, Sub Pig still not paying any attention to him, and he's going to bring just the same move right onto Sub Pig.
Okay. Roll power.
Uh, 10.
10. Okay. So what do you want? Momentum? Well, you want to throw him over the rope?
Yeah, let's knock him over the rope.
Okay. Sub Pig. He's going to throw you over the rope.
I'll spend a momentum to interrupt that.
Okay. So hit you. What do you want to do?
He hits me. I buckle for a second, but then just pop up and no sell it like almost like Jason from Friday the 13th, and just a huge, because the axe bomber clothesline is like one of my trademark moves. There's a huge axe bomber on him to try to throw him over the rope.
Okay. So what do you think? Is that power or work?
At which point can I spend a point to interrupt?
Yes.
And I'm going to deliver my super kick at this point.
Okay. All right. So that seems like, is that power or work from you?
That's work, unfortunately.
Okay. And who are you kicking?
I'm kicking, I'm sorry, I can never say your character's name properly, James.
Kuya.
Kuya.
Okay.
I'm kicking Kuya.
Roll it.
That's 8 down to 7. I will bump it up 3 to 10.
Okay. And you want to throw him over the rope?
I want to throw him over the rope.
Okay. Gain a heat with them. Kuya?
What do you have to do to change the booking?
You would have to spend 2 momentum to do the heel move and show how you're cheating to do this. So it's a little more complicated here because we got 3 people. So essentially, you have to change your booking to get one of them out. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I don't want to do that. So in the interest of time, Kuya's going over.
Okay. Whew. Spectacularly, though, right?
Yeah. Kuya's going over with that. So he's gonna fall. He's gonna fall out of the ring.
Okay.
Once he's knocked out, and then he's gonna walk over to the announcer booth and sit down.
Okay. Catch your breath. Sit where Anon was just a bit ago. There's a doll there.
There's a doll there. That's coming into play. Don't worry.
So Anon, it is you and Sub Pig in the ring.
Okay, so I haven't done the super kick. I turn. Are you okay? Haven't done the super kick. I turn round and Sub Pig just comes out and hits me square in the stomach, and recoils back in his hand, holding his hand. And Anon will lift up his top, and around his waist is the belt that he stole earlier from Pepe. You wanted this. You wanted this, Mr. Subpig. You wanted this. Would you like it? And then I'm going to smack him around the head with it with hardcore violence.
Oh, okay. Let's have you roll that.
Okay, I've got an 8 up to a 9 with my reel, and I'll spend a point of I spend a point of momentum.
Okay.
To put that up to 10.
So you get +1 audience. You keep control of the match, and you pick one.
And I will injure Subpig.
Okay, Subpig, you take another injury.
I do.
Okay, I'm going to spend a momentum to interrupt now.
I first have to resolve. He has a move that resolves off of that, and then we'll come to you.
So that is going to be a 6. What do I get on a 7? I might spend momentum on that.
You get 2 momentum back.
Is that what it is? Yeah, so it makes sense. Yeah, I will spend momentum on that.
Okay. And then Kuya, what are you doing?
Before we do that, sorry, Matt, how many injuries do you have at the moment?
I have 3 injuries right now. I'm all fucked up.
How many can you have?
3 is my limit.
Anon! Kuya picks up the doll there from the announcer's table. I have something that belongs to you.
It doesn't belong to me.
Well, if you don't want it to be broken, you better climb out of the ring now.
Okay, are you using a move or?
Oh, no, I think I'm just delivering a threat.
Okay, so let me pause here for a second here, if you would. So Matt, you're at 3 injuries.
Yep.
Okay, so I think that's going to lay you out when you hit your 3rd injury box. Sorry, I have to check that because this is the first time that this has happened in a game.
Yes.
So
this
hang
is
on.
hardcore.
Yeah, it says on his sheet, it says if you have 3 checks, you can no longer compete.
Okay. So I need, first of all, when he hits you with that, Matt, and hits you hard, he's going to put you out. Anon, I need you to roll break kayfabe.
Okay. And that's an 11.
Okay. So that is on the match basic moves. I
gain an audience.
So you will gain an audience. And Subpig, you drop to the mat. What's the last thing we see from Subpig there?
He's just, there's blood everywhere now. He's all messed up. And he's just kind of clutching his head and squealing really loud and stamping and flopping around.
The camera's going to cut around. I'm going to come back to you and on last, okay? Because I need to do this. What do we see, Kuya? What do we see you in this last shot of you on the sidelines?
So he has the doll in his hands, and he's threatening. Basically, he's threatening Anon. You know, if you want it, you gotta come get it. So which would be him coming over the top rope and leaving Subpig alone in the ring, making him the winner. Okay. Or, yeah, that's what. Okay. That's
so
the final.
He's threatening on that. Not realizing that this is not Anon's doll; it's actually Bleakwood's doll. So he's shaking that out, and people are marks in the audience are realizing what's going on. La Coneja, what's the last thing we see from you?
I still have 2 momentum, and I want to spend that to use my babyface move, which is the stipulation to the match. Subpick.
Okay, well,
You
we're
can
not in moves. We're not in moves here. This is like the epilogue because we need to wrap.
I
I'm
want
sorry.
to tell Subpick, if you can make it out of the ring, I will call you the winner.
So you're shouting that in your role. Spider Hero, what do we see from you?
So the camera sort of cuts back over to where Spider Hero and Spider Kid had been there with Venomous, and they're not there anymore. But Venomous is against the sort of guardrail to the audience, wrapped up in this web, as a SWAT team, like a 12-person SWAT team, comes busting into the audience. They like have their guns out. They find Venomous there. They put him in handcuffs and sort of carry him off. As on the opposite entrance to the arena, Spider Hero and Spider Kid are like there in the shadows watching, with a spotlight on them, of course. And as they slip out through the curtains, like they look sort of satisfied with that. And a moment or two later, a dozen Anons who are like pulling webbing and stuff off of them come rushing into the ring where they've let them loose.
Okay, Anon. Sorry, we're going to the epilogue here. We've gone over time by about half an hour. So you guys have got the cameras have shot around there. That was the shot of Subpig on audience. Backstage, people are pissed. But Anon, what is the last we see from you?
Anon will drop the hood and take a mic. No, that is not that my doll. And will lift the mask, and there's a woman underneath. I am the doll. My name is Clarabelle Bleakwood.
Dun dun dun. Full effing circle.
What the ever-loving fuck? That was amazing.
So that's a callback to season 1. There for those who haven't watched that. Thank you, Garwin, for pulling us back full circle on that. I apologize for letting this go long. I paced it a little bit badly. I wish I'd had more chance for Kuyo and Garrett to have more stage time today. That's essentially the evil doll. Right? You don't know who Clarabelle is. It's the name of the evil doll. So to see that there's an actual person there is a freaky thing and a brilliant change up to the storyline there.
That was so great. I was so into everything that was happening this episode.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you putting up with the chaos that is this and the momentum generating and things like that. And again, I should have had a little more control of that, but there we are. Thank you guys very much. I am going to stop the broadcast. Matt, thank you for selling your Jets tickets so that you could come and play with us and get Subpig laid out twice and get denied both of his victories.
If truth be told, I got to take my kids to a Halloween party in about an hour, so I might have something to do. But
all right.
I do have a rules question that came up for me here on two fronts.
Sure.
So I had already gotten 4 advances and had gotten the icon role instead of heel or face, right? So and then I hit 4 audience again today.
Okay.
Number 1, what do I do once I've already got an advanced role and I gain audience? Like I level up again? Am I just done leveling up?
No, you can buy other advances as long. I mean, there's a list of those. So
I can just keep going through the list. Like once I hit 4, now 5, 6, 7 can be from the list again until I exhaust that list.
Yeah, but typically at that point is the point at which you go, okay, I think I need to make another wrestler.
Well, and then my second question is, because I hit 3 injuries today, but I had gained an advance in the match where I took 3 injuries. When I take that advance, I can take an injury off.
Right.
Is my guy dead or not?
No, your guy. So I will say that you will pull back from the brink and not be like off the roster for as long as you might have otherwise.
That was fun about this, playing with a guy that encouraged lots of people to start using hardcore violence moves. like in the last, in the VirtuaCon game, right? I started that game with 2 injuries, which made the game very fun for me in that it kind of simulated more act like the performer, not the character, because my whole goal for that game was just not to get injured again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Matt, can I just say, be careful with using that for 2, especially as we may have some British followers.
Oh, British followers.
Yeah, this way.
Thank you guys very much. Garrett, I was really glad that you were able to make it today. I know that you had to push it to come, and I appreciate your doing that. I really do.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. Even if I can't contribute that much to wrestling.
No, I loved your character. I loved seeing her push forward. Garwin, a delight to have you play with me, and I hope that you do next year run some Worldwide Wrestling for the Gauntlet. I think that'd be great. You have a handle on it. James, thanks for popping in a little bit later, kind of filling in. I appreciate you melding with the roster there and linking your stories up. I thought that was really good. Matt, of course, you're crazy, and we love it. Absolutely. Sub Pig is a great character. 2 memorable characters. And Patrick, I loved your character's arc. I really, really like the Spider Hero concept, and I love the way you ran it through all of the sessions. So much appreciated.
I'm just glad I got to shove so many different Spider-Man tropes into that.
Oh yeah. If we'd only had you like lifting up some wreckage at some point, we could have done that. So, all right. Well, I'm going to stop the broadcast here.